just okay.
Start the show already. Sheesh.
I guess I gotta unmute my microphone. Hello, everybody. How are all of you fine folks? I hope you're doing well today. Good morning to you all. Good morning. Good morning. A little change of plans this week. A little change of plans. Star's busy this week. She's busy at work. The buses are back up and running, and she's got to go practice. Because of the snow and everything. So she's got to work overtime. So Star's not available tonight, but also there was no Fleabag show last night. And so I thought what we would do is maybe we would do Daryl Brooks today, and then we would do a What the Hales on Friday morning instead of our normal Daryl Brooks Friday morning coverage. So I hope that's okay with you folks. I hope that's okay. Let's see who's all here today. Let's see. Let me take a look and see. Hello, all of you. I know Faves dropped by, but I know she has to leave. And hi, Ray, and hi, Faves, and Robert Tower. Robert Tower, how are you? Let me see. Wishful She-Devil is here. Maria P. Stacy Schmidt, how are you? Good morning. And Marsh, how are you? And Ketchup will be joining me soon. Actual Boomer, how are you? Start the show already. Sorry, I was a little late. I had to find my earbuds. Hi, KY Amy, how are you? Sister Cell, let's see. Stacy Schmidt, Lisa Ratz, good morning. TK, how are you? I love Myrtle Beach. How are you? I'm just me. Good morning. How are you? Carol Matson, good morning. Itty Bitty, good morning. Dirk Bumblebees, good morning. Lurketh, Meoweth, good morning. Ketchup, good morning.
Hi, Jay.
Hi, how are ya?
Freezing.
It is cold. It's a little warm. It's warming up here a little bit. Let's see. Soul's Girl, Jesus is Lord. Good morning. How are you? Firestarter. Good morning. Jack's mom, Mr. Landfill. Tracy, Spencer, Kimmy, good morning. Softly Spoken One, Big Bob, Double Fan. Oh, man. Oh, hey, D. Wayne is here. Good morning. Hi, Lisa, KMI. Socially Selected GG, how are you? JD, how are you? And the Clouds is here. Tree God. I'm looking. I think we're all caught up. Oh, Roy is here. Thank you, everyone. Hit the like button while you're here to start the show. But no Ketchup. I thought we'd change it up a little bit and do a What the Hell's on Friday morning, since Star is not going to be available for the next few days because she's working. She has a lot of work to do, very hard. She's got to practice driving the bus. There's snow. She's working on it. And it just takes a little longer with the snow around, Ketchup.
Well, yeah, and I think she has to do her continuing bus education,
Yeah, there's continuing bus education. Hi, Blake Rich. How are you? Good morning, Double Fan. Good morning. I feel like I'm on Romper Room. I see Ketchup and Jay and Robert.
So, do you mean Friday morning instead of tonight, or instead of Saturday?
Yeah. No, instead of tonight. Saturday, I'll still do my
okay.
Still doing my stream Saturday afternoon, but Friday mornings, I usually do Daryl Brooks. I switched it up because I have a feeling Fleabag's going to go on either tonight or Thursday, and then we'll cover that on Friday morning rather than Daryl Brooks and skipping her for that, because, they don't run my show. I do, so that's what we're
They don't?
No, they
Why?
don't.
Why not?
Oh, just I've been getting weird emails lately, Ketchup. Did you know about this?
Yeah, you mentioned it. I thought it was kind of weird.
Yeah, this James Morrison person has been contacting me about how I'm going to get sued or something. And yeah, they've been sending me a lot of stuff about how I need to be careful and watch myself. And then I said, well, I don't know what you're talking about. I've already been in court with a couple of these fools, and I I destroyed them in court as a per se lawyer. And I said, but I thank you for your advice, LOL. And then they responded with, LOL all you want. Hate to see you waste all your money on lawyers. And then I responded again. Let me see what I responded with. Let me see. Oh, here it is. I said, I'm just so confused as to who you are and what is your relationship with anything I do. Do you know when these lawsuits are coming and who's bringing them? I'm starting to think I will delete my channel soon now that I've slept on it. This sounds just horrible. I don't know if it's James Morrison or any involvement you have with me or anyone else, though. I was just trying to point out that I've already won in court once and represented myself per se. Let me know. All the best. Just so we'll see. I don't know who James Morrison is, but there's a good chance. I think I'm shutting down my channel here, Ketchup.
I think that's probably the smartest idea, Jay. This
Yeah.
sounds like really serious.
Sounds serious. Yeah. Hey, Mr. Coop, how are you? Yeah, it sounds really serious, and I think it's best just to shut her down. Now, chat, you have the opportunity to choose today. Now, Ketchup, you remember I talked about a dented shoulder, right, with Daryl Brooks?
Mm-hmm. Very serious injury, by the way.
We can start things off and we can go right back into testimony if you want, back to the prosecution and their witnesses, or we could spend 30 minutes, all right, looking at Daryl Brooks's intake into the jail in his first interview with the FBI. It's not a very long one. It's only about 30 minutes or so, and I'll probably skip past some stuff, but we do get to dented shoulder. If you folks are interested in that, so put a 1 in the chat if you want dented shoulder first, or a 2 in the chat if you want to go straight back to the trial. It's up to you, and we will get to Redbeard today. We will get to Redbeard, Officer Redbeard, who fires at Daryl Brooks. I promise you that much. But let me know 1 in the chat if you want intake. If you want his, we got a 1. We already got a 1. Another 1. 1's winning already. Intake's pretty good. Oh, we got a 2. We got a 0 from Bradley. That doesn't work. An 8 from Robert Tower. Carol says 1. Fru says 1. Okay, 1 seems to be winning. Mars says 1. Okay, because it's kind of funny. But also, you get to actually see Daryl Brooks, in his initial intake. Let me see if I can find it. Where's caricatures? Yes, this is good. This is good right here. Gotta run a little bit past that. I'll add this up there. 911 111 Everybody wants a 1, except Gary wants a 69. Ketchup.
Oh, well, he's gonna get that from you.
Gary, you're gonna have to help me on this one. Now Bradley Wayne wants a 67.
You are the reach around champion.
That's yeah.
I'm
Let's
sorry.
See, let's
I
see.
couldn't help it.
Let's see Daryl get brought in. Let's see how he does here. Let's see. Let me turn the volume up.
Morning, everybody, by the way.
And yes, good morning, everybody. Here we go.
November 21st, 2021. We're at Waukesha Memorial Hospital 7.
All right. Let me remind you. All right, I better set this up a little bit. They're at Waukesha Memorial Hospital. Remember, they're bringing Daryl Brooks into... Now, this is him actually going to the jail, right? They're sharing this while they're doing the Waukesha because there's no video of this. There's only the audio, okay?
Oh, okay.
So while we're listening to the initial interview, they're showing Daryl Brooks. This is caricatures. She's wonderful. She's been covering a lot of this, does a great job. But she is showing videos of Daryl actually being led into jail for his initial intake. So we're going to watch that while we're listening to Daryl Brooks, who is at the hospital, who is taking up hospital resources because of his dented shoulder. Okay. Let me, mind you, hundreds of people injured. Daryl Brooks taking up hospital resources for his dented shoulder. Hi, sarcastic one. How are you? Good morning. Good morning. Hi, Bob Smith. How are you?
Hey,
So
Coop.
that's where we're at here. So I just wanted to set this up because I didn't want you to think what you're seeing on screen is like anything. I mean, this is his actual intake. There's no sound there. What we're watching is, or listening to, is his initial interview. Now, Carp, the initial detective, and he's the one who interviews him with the 4-hour interview we already watched. He is going to start his interview. There's 2 FBI agents in there, kind of spooks Daryl a little bit. But this is kind of interesting when you see his actual demeanor after what he just did. Okay? Remember, he hasn't eaten anything. He didn't eat the night before. He was so hungry, but he just couldn't eat. He was so nervous. Hi, Jen Thunder. All right, so just remember all of that occurred. And then, well, let's see how things go for Daryl here. But he's setting it up. He's setting up his audio so everyone knows that the audio is not on the video camera. They don't have audio video there, so he's recording everything, I believe, on his phone or something, another device. So here we go.
25 American Avenue in the city of Waukesha. The current time is 22:56 hours. Be conducting interview with suspect Daryl, Darre.
Well, yes, actually, sarcastic one. The neighborhood guy, that would be Daniel Ryder, did make him a sandwich, but that was confiscated. That's evidence. It sounds terrible, but no, his sandwich was confiscated. That's evidence. It was in his back pocket.
Video surveillance recording connected as well.
I look.
There's a camera right there. You only have dead spots that chair. Just so you know, we have no audio, but there is a camera. And only dead spots that chair. I just. And if you do want it, just let us know. We'll say. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. And we're gonna put a sign on this door saying "Don't enter." Okay. Thank you. 113. Also 1823. Yeah. See right here, Darrell. I'll go grab you your water. I'll tell you. Tight.
Hey, Darrell?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Darrell. I'm Jeremy Wojciechowski. I'm the FBI. Yeah.
FBI?
I'm Mary. Yep.
They're just kind of helping out because we're so short-staffed tonight. So
Thank you.
that's all it is.
How's your shoulder, right? Is that why
Yeah, well, he said in 4 to 6 weeks I might have to get it because it's still something's wrong. I know.
you bang it up before or something?
Nah, it was just the way they slammed me. I
Okay.
hit the ground. I kind of like went up. Boom, boom. That's where the knee
What's
came
your
from.
knee
But
as well?
See, now Ketchup, this was very clear. You know, he went boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, they destroyed him.
Yeah, to poor Daryl. He went boom, boom. Okay.
yeah, but the shoulder, I know something's wrong.
He knows.
He said 4 to 6 weeks, the MRI won't be able to tell if anything's torn or anything like that. So
Okay.
FBI though,
We help out our local partners all the time. This is just something that we're here to help out
because
with.
I'm like, what?
Yeah, but we work at NPD a lot. We come down here, so we're kind of all over the place. But yeah, like Detective
Never,
Carpenter
like,
said, we're
y'all for real? The FBI for real?
that's what this says at least, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be funny, but this is the first time I've ever even seen an FBI agent in real life.
Mhm.
We get that reaction from most.
No, because it's like,
Yeah,
am I in a
a lot.
movie right now? Y'all
Yeah,
sure y'all not punking or pranking me or something?
Yeah, you don't need to let that
Yeah.
freak you out or anything.
Right.
And again, we
Yeah.
do work, so we work on a task force with MPD quite a bit, so
I'm
we
gonna
are
I'm
out
gonna
with.
put my arm like this just to stretch it out. Just to,
Yeah.
I don't want you to think I'm doing nothing crazy.
You good?
Just
You good?
it leaves some pressure. Something
good.
right up in
No, you're good.
Okay, I'm a little stunned. This is just hours after what he did, and he's laughing like
Mm-hmm.
FBI. Oh my God, am I being pranked? This is not a prank, Daryl.
Yeah, Ashton Kutcher's popping out any second.
Yeah, Ashton Kutcher's involved in this. he's being punked. Being punked.
Idiot.
Oh, Daryl.
Good.
I'm
Yeah,
not
like she was saying,
surprised.
don't let them don't let them make you nervous. Okay. You'll be talking to me mostly and my partner a bit. No, they'll ask you a little too, but just trying to get to the bottom of everything. Look, you were found basically running around in the yard. You said you grabbed your phone.
No, I didn't grab it.
I don't mean you stole. You asked for it and you made a call. And that's just kind of what I'm up here to start with and get the background about it. If you're willing to tell me just what you're doing in the yard, because obviously we have the perception we got, like I told you, they said, okay, they had us write this warrant, get some of your blood, but I have one side. So what am I missing? I'm missing Darrell's side, right? I don't know what created all this, why these people are calling us. And I can't really clear that up, or I'd like to clear that up, but the best way to clear it up is if, you're willing to talk to me about it. Okay. And that's just kind of what I'm here to sit down and chill with you about. We've been talking to you about 4 hours now, and we've
Probably
been
longer.
been pretty cool. It's been pretty
Probably
laid
longer.
back. So I'm looking to keep it that way. I'm not looking to pull any fast ones on you. That's why I've been straight with you to that point. I'm going to keep doing that now, right? Darrell, is it Darrell? Do I have the spelling right?
Yes, sir.
And it's E. Edward, like full middle is Edward,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Brooks, Brooks.
Yes, sir.
And just verify your date of birth for me.
2/21/82.
So you're 39?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Married at all?
No.
No?
As little as I am, I'm like, you have to slam me.
Yeah. How many kids you got?
3.
Oh my
How old
God.
are they?
18.
Did you hear that? As
Mm-hmm.
I am, they had to slam me. What? Got to remember, he's the kid. He's the kid.
Mm-hmm.
When he goes by, when he's rapping, a lot of people call him the kid. The kid. As little
Or,
as,
or the bitch is good with me. I can call him the bitch.
yeah, as little as he is, they slam me. I mean, shoulders all messed up. Don't worry, we're gonna get to a dented shoulder here.
14 and 7.
18, 14, and 7. Yeah. What do they like to do?
My baby girls, they into everything that's going on right now. The TikTok,
Yeah.
the
Always on the phone,
Instagram.
right?
They always dance and making videos. My oldest daughter just started high school,
Yeah.
and my baby girl she just started the first grade. So
So they can all
my son is the oldest. My girls are the youngest.
they can build a computer, but can't normally talk like we know how to, right? So you're born in Milwaukee?
Actually, Detroit.
Detroit.
Yes, sir.
Living in Milwaukee now?
Yes, sir. Grew up here. We left Detroit when I don't even think I was walking and talking yet. So
Okay.
Milwaukee's home, Wisconsin's home, born and raised.
Okay. Not working right now, right?
No, not at the moment.
What do you do when you're working? What do you consider your job?
The last job I just had, I was working at a sheet metal place.
Okay.
Basically just they would have these hook things, you just basically it's strenuous because you got to do a lot of lifting and it's a lot of heavy lifting, but you basically just hanging these pieces on these hooks and they're going through the thing, they're steaming them, painting them, then they come back around and then you just box them up.
So you're not married?
No.
You have a girlfriend?
Yeah.
You live with her?
No.
What's her name? Your girlfriend's name?
Now, I'll be skipping through some of this. I want to point out a few things. Here is Detective Carpenter. As you can see, he's all decked out. He was participating in the parade. He was at the parade. All right. He's not wearing his normal detective regular clothes like he would. That's why he's all decked out in his police gear here. And that is Carp, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Well, we'll see some other videos as well that Carrie put together. She's wonderful. Go check out her channel. I love it. Because she did a lot of effort into this. So go check out Caricature. She's wonderful. If someone might be,
What is it? What's the channel name?
Caricature. Hang on one sec. Let me grab.
So I was gonna grab the link, but I don't know how to spell her channel name.
Give me 1 sec. I'll just post it myself. Because,
Oh, wow. And you're not just gonna put the channel name and then the word link, right? You're actually
No.
gonna put the link in? Okay.
I'm going to do that right now. Copy that. I'm going to put this in the, I'll post it myself there. She has a lot of the background videos, things like this that are interesting to see just because we don't get to see. You know, it's just stuff a lot of people didn't see. If you might have watched the trial or maybe you just know what happened, you may not have seen this. I didn't know he was that old when this happened. Yeah, he was 39 years old at the time. But yeah, it's Caricature. Wonderful. Go check out Caricature. Give her a like, give her a subscribe. Tell her just J-Hip sent you and that you love her and just J-Hip likes her show too. I'm a subscriber.
Her name is Erica Patterson.
How do you spell it?
Erika.
P-A.
Yeah, Patters.
And look how cold he is. Carp sitting there. He's like, I need to clean off my hands. This guy is dirty and disgusting.
Right?
Yeah, I need a lot of this stuff. Now, of course, he's wearing a mask, Daryl, because, you know, the coob, you know, he's very, very concerned about the coob, Mr. Brooks. Now, of course, let's remember hundreds of people that were just injured by Daryl Brooks, the 76 that he's charged with. That's not a major concern to him. Of course, the main concern is the coob. No one else is concerned, but, well, he is still because, well, always the victim is Daryl Brooks. All right. Always the victim, never the victim made. Oh, wait, no. Always the victim made, never the victim. No, I don't know how that works.
Worry about this, but because you're here and not in your home, it's kind of a thing I got to read to you, okay? And again, it's just something I got to read to you before I kind of get your side, or hopefully get your side here, and love to hear your side. I'd like to know what the rel has to say about, okay, you know, we got some people calling us saying this, you know, he said you made unders before. No, I wasn't driving. Someone thought you might have been. He had to get that warrant. He ended up calling a guy just to use his phone,
Thank you,
kind of loitering around and just, you know, how you ended up kind of being it. That's what they say.
No. I was gonna say I knocked on his door to use his phone.
Yep. Right, but it probably wasn't him that called because he got his phone, but someone was concerned about something. So just trying to figure out what's going on down in that neighborhood. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
You kind of, you know, like I said, I probably that wasn't probably the best, but I was just like, I need to get an Uber. Yep. I have money on my Cash App card.
Yep.
So I'm not trying to rob anybody.
Sure.
I'm not trying to break it in. And obviously you can tell I'm not drunk. I'm not, you know, under the influence of anything. So
okay.
No,
right.
just trying to.
All right. In regards to these, Darrell,
injure multiple people and flee from the police afterwards. You know, no big deal. Just a regular Sunday.
And slightly high, but you know, they don't charge him for that, so it's okay. It's okay. They actually do not charge him for I think it's OBY. I can't remember. But yeah, they don't charge him.
They do DUI and OWI here.
Understanding the above rights, Darrell, are you willing to speak with me? Us, primarily me. I'm the one that's going to be doing most of the talking, probably.
I just want to know a little bit more about what's going on, just a little bit, because
like I told you, I know very little. I just know that, you know, you're down in this neighborhood. Someone called, you know, they didn't know what you were doing down there and things like that. So I got limited from their side, but I'm looking to see, you know, what you have to say about it. I'm looking to see, you know, maybe the caller was just on some BS down there. You know, I don't know. I don't know. But I can't really show the court that if I don't have, you know, if I haven't talked to you. So that's why I'm here, just to kind of see what you got to say about it. Get your side of it. You know, running around a neighborhood's not the end of the world. It's not a huge deal.
Right.
You know?
Right. Unfortunately, I wouldn't have had to do that if I made better decisions with money.
Yeah.
But not gonna point the finger.
Sure.
I'm a grown man. I make my own decisions, so I'm not gonna point the finger at nobody. I just didn't think.
Didn't think it. You willing to speak with me, Darrell?
Not right now.
Not right now.
Yeah, I'm kind of. I'm still kind of confused about what the hell am I even being like? What am I even being detained for? Like
this dude.
I've kind of explained some of that
to you.
You
did.
I know.
Okay. I know there was there was.
You know they want to punch him so bad.
Right.
I know
There was
that.
another that happened the other. I don't know what you know about, or we were hoping you could.
I mean, I think everybody does.
But
Right,
part of the
like
understanding is
all
that-
these cops
part of
in
the
the room
understanding
though,
is that-
like
let me just tell you.
listening to him bullshit this
Just gonna say
You know
that.
what I mean?
Wait a
whole
minute.
time, laughing and
This cop here will take the stand. He's the one, I believe. I can't say 100%. He looks familiar. I believe he's the one who transports Daryl Brooks from the hospital to the jail. After this is all done, I think he was the main transport, drove with him alone, and he'll describe it on the stand on how he behaved there. So, okay, I'm sorry if I stop things. I just want to give you guys a little bit of backstory. Hi, Angie. How are you? And hi, friend Psycho. Just because I kind of know who these people are when they come up, so I want to point them out in this video. And thank you all for being here. And like and subscribe if you haven't.
hi, Frenchie.
Because part of it is information sharing too. So I kind of wanted to know what you knew about this neighborhood and things like that.
Well, I don't. To be honest, I'm not. From Waukesha. I'm not from Waukesha. I obviously have a paternity test there with my son's mama, but she's from New Berlin. So I don't really know too much about Waukesha and Waukesha County. I do have friends that stay in Waukesha. I do have people that I hang out with, watch the game, eat barbecue,
Old girl Steph.
normal things like that.
Marker.
As far as knowing about the city,
Yep.
I don't. So I don't even know if the neighborhood I was in is a nice neighborhood, a shady neighborhood, or
Sure.
what people think somebody would be. I have no idea.
Sure.
To people that grew up in Milwaukee, and maybe it's a cliche, but everything kind of looks a little bit safer outside of Milwaukee when you're in a different city. So it kind of always looked like, okay, ain't
Sure.
nothing to too much worry about it, as long as I'm not mugging somebody or, you know what I'm saying, trying to rape somebody or something like that.
Yeah, that's
You pretty much think, okay, it's cool. You don't even really too much try to really let me see what street this is, or let me,
Mhm.
It was just kind of one of those deals. I kind of just ended up over here.
Hi, Lisa. How are you? Hi, Happy. How are you? Yeah, let's go right into. I wasn't trying to grape anybody, so I don't even know what's going on. It's just one of those things. Just I'm very confused while I'm here with my dented shoulder. So bad.
Yeah, just give us 1
I
second.
just wanted to know just a little bit more about what's going on before I just listen, I'm just ever behind. What the hell?
He got a Twinkie in his mouth while he's talking.
Yes, he does. He's eating food while he's talking. All right. This guy just did what he did, and he's over here chomping down on some food. All right. He's having a meal. Yep. Mm-hmm. The reason I wanted to play this is as we get back into trial, to see what kind of a dirtbag he is. He's sitting here prefer staying a step behind, not in a good mood today. I won't be humorous or pleasant today. Sorry. I'm sorry, Fred Psycho. You stay a little behind. I'm sorry for better, and you be better.
Frenchie.
Much love, much love. But no, this is why I wanted to play this as we go into trial, because as we move forward, J7, 8, 9, Daryl Brooks gets more and more in the hinge, and then I'm gonna throw out some Don Woods videos as well on Sunday. Well, let's show Don Woods, his mother, and see how her reaction is. But yeah, I'm just throwing a few things out there. But no, he's chomping down on food here. No problem eating. Remember, I couldn't eat a thing, it's just going nuts, yeah, just go crazy, Gotta get in touch with my girls, the girls.
Okay.
Stuff I told you it was real busy today.
What kind of shit is going on, man? I don't even think. Come on, man.
I can't make it today. Not gonna make you see anything, but
I got two little girls at home.
Yeah.
At least. What am I in? Am I in some serious shit?
No, that's what we're talking about, is the whole neighborhood thing.
That's why I'm not telling you to go against your job or do anything that you're not supposed to do. I'm just saying, the shit I'm looking at is serious because I at least want to.
That's not my part. So remember when I was saying we're waiting on bosses to communicate? They're communicating with him, not with me. That's why he's sitting down talking to you. So he can explain that stuff a little bit further when it comes back. So
I'm just thinking about my girls, man. My shoulder is just one thing, but my son, like I said, my son's grown. I don't worry too much about him, but those girls I worry about, especially in the time that we in.
Yeah.
You know. So that's the only reason why I was just saying, like, yo, man, whatever y'all can tell me, information wise, just please just let me, at least just for that my piece of head mind to be able to be like, yo.
No, I follow what you're saying.
You take care. You take care, friend Psycho. You take care. It's okay. Much love. Much love. We'll be praying for you. I hope things go well.
I'm sorry, Frenchie.
Yeah.
I hope we can cheer you up with some stupidity. I can pick on Jay if you want.
Yeah, I don't know if we can cheer you up with dirt rugs, but actually,
But I can pick on Jay.
yeah, he's better than Lips. Well, I don't know. It's a toss-up, actually. And that's terrible when you're a toss-up between Lips and Darrell Brooks. But well, at least he's already in prison for the rest of his life. So we got that going.
We're drinking and driving, and that's what he's looking. That's what he's looking for answers
That's the
for.
thing. How would I be drinking and driving, standing on a porch? I can't drive a porch. Like how? I wasn't taken out of a vehicle. I wasn't found in a vehicle.
It just said, why can I be operating under the influence? I wasn't driving a porch. I was standing on a porch. I can't drive a porch. Oh, Ketchup, please. If I can handle him.
Wasn't found next to a vehicle. How can I have an OWI? For what? Because I smoke weed? Because I smell like weed? Like, you understand what I'm trying to say? I was confused.
I understand
like,
your perspective.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, y'all didn't take me. I can't drive somebody's house. And they talked to the guy. We stayed there long enough for them to talk to the guy. And I know the guy told them, hey man, dude knocked on my door and asked could you use my phone. I called my people and said, yo, I need an Uber. So if I had a ride, why would I be calling an Uber? Why would I be spending my money to go back to Milwaukee if I had OWI to commit? Do that seem like somebody that's committing an OWI that's calling for an Uber? That's why I'm like, y'all snatching me out of the man's porch. That's not a vehicle. It's not a car.
A porch is not
How did, like, why am I a suspected of an OWI when I wasn't detained in or around a vehicle? I'm like, that just blew my mind. Like, when I looked at the paper, it said OWI, I'm like, I'm not.
No, I get it from your perspective. If I was looking at it from your perspective, I totally get where you're coming from.
Yeah, I'm just like, what the hell? Like, how? That's almost like saying I'm sitting in this chair, but I'm suspected of hiding in the garbage.
What?
Doesn't make sense. Y'all find me here, but I'm suspected of doing that.
Sure. That's like saying I'm suspected of doing this, but I'm hiding in the garbage. Huh? This one's an odd one for me, Ken.
You don't hide in your garbage, Jay?
It's like I'm sitting in the chair, but they're describing me as hiding in the garbage. Hi, Patty Cake. How are you? This is really an odd direction to take, Daryl.
Well,
No, like I said, from your perspective, I totally understand the logic there. I'm a soldier. I do what I'm told. You know what I mean?
I'm confused, man. Because I'm like, what do I even tell? Like, what do I tell my kid? What do I tell my family? What am I supposed to? I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I'm just detained right now. Nobody can tell me anything. And it's like, well, why can't they? And it's like, I don't know. Like, what the hell?
I'm as frustrated as you are. I wish I had more information, but bosses.
And then the FBI, like, is this some normal shit or is this some just shit because of me?
No, this is so like I said, we had an incredibly busy day today at the hospital, swamps and stuff like that. So FBI coming in and helping us is just because of the amount of, we don't have other detectives available.
Yeah.
We don't have other officers available. It's a very busy night. It's a Sunday night. So
Wow.
that's normal for them to come in and sit in.
See, that's never happened to me. Like, you know, FBI, that's some, you robbed a bank or, you know what I'm saying? You get some federal
bank, right? So
I'm just saying, you know, usually when, you know, it's heavy drug trafficking charges or bank robbery or something to do with the government, you know, a major scam, fraud or something, then, you know, the FBI,
No, he never ran into a home. He ran into several yards, asked a few people for assistance. A couple of the witnesses will describe this in their encounter.
Well, and he was trying to enter multiple people's houses. Because I was listening to it as it was happening on the scanner in real time.
Yeah, I don't know. That's still alleged because
I was there, Jay. It was happening. I was listening to the dispatcher in real time.
I know Ketchup, but what I'm saying is it wasn't brought up in court as fact, and that's why I don't.
I'm telling you, I was there. I heard it as it was happening because they cut our power and we didn't know where he was in our neighborhood, and we had to be prepared because he tried to do it to multiple people's houses. I'm not saying he smashed in windows, but he was going up and turning doorknobs and trying to find an open door.
Well, and I only want to bring up the point, Ketchup, that they never brought any charges against him for B&E. And that is the
No, because he didn't actually go inside anywhere. But people were calling and saying, hey, some strange dude was just trying to open my door and come in my house.
Well, yes, those were some of the calls. I just wanted to point out that he was not charged ever for anything.
I never said he was charged. I was just saying that's what was taking place. Like when we were on the shelter in place thing in this dang gone dark.
I just wanted to protect everything, make sure everyone knows that never charged with any of this, and no video ever shows him doing this. So that's all I wanted.
No, I'm just saying what I heard on the scanner, the people that were calling.
You were there. You know what was being called in, but they never produced anything in court about that. That's why I wanted to say that. But you're good. Thank you.
You know, but
because I was top right of the screen.
Like I said, they're here because they're kind of backfilling because we only have so many people available. So.
Man, I'm like, I don't. Wow.
Yeah, again, looking at it from your perspective.
Wow, man.
You know,
and then it's crazy because it's like even with this situation, you can't even talk to anyone. You can't even say, hey, man, look, this is what's going on. This is where I'm at. I don't know too much, or you know what I'm saying? Hey, dog, you know, hey, let your little sister know. You know what I'm saying? It's frustrating for me. Not only just getting roughed up, and like I said, maybe I shouldn't have been. You know, I didn't look at it like, you know, this is a shady neighborhood. I don't know the difference, but I don't know. You know, I don't hang out in Waukesha a lot to know, oh, this area is this or this area is that, or these kind of people are in this area, or these kind of people are watch out when you do. I don't know. Mm-hmm. I was just trying to get home. That's it. That's better, bro. Step out for a minute. You're fine. Don't worry about it. Oh, no.
Oh, no, JD. Ketchup and I are arguing. I just want.
No, we're not arguing.
Oh, no, I just wanted to point out. She was saying what she heard on the scanners, and I was just trying to point out what was shown in court.
I never said anything about court.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure everything that we share. I'm not saying Ketchup's not accurate. I'm saying what was proven is what I'm saying.
I'm just telling you my firsthand experience when I was actually in the lockdown because they found him like not even a block away from my house. It was literally the house behind my house and one house over from that is where he was arrested.
Yeah. So no, I always want to just make sure that, you know, everything's 100% clear. Ketchup was there. She experienced it, but I always just want to prove out what was shown in court. So we're, you know, Ketchup. Now you can see him walking around there.
Okay, now we're going into the part where he is now in the jail, where you see him up above, and because before it was at the hospital, and this is where the lady comes in. I guess she's the, I don't know what you would call her. Just coming to make sure that he wasn't
It's the dented
brutalized by the police as he claims.
And we'll end it after dented.
Did you call her the dented shoulder lady?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to point out something else. All right, Miyagi, don't get mad at me. The dented shoulder lady, you'll see. We saw her actually in the big 4-hour interview. She comes in very quickly. She had a blue shirt on. Good looking gal. I think Daryl Brooks was very excited to see her. Because well, she's so freaking nice to him. But it's her job. It's her job to check into police brutality. That's her job. So, hi, Renee's Retro Relics. How are you? But she is the nicest person I've ever come across in my life.
I'm here to talk to you real quick. You want to just step in here for me? Yep. I'm all right. How you holding up? I was asking how you're holding up.
Everything I was here for, and I cried for like an hour straight. Had to get a new mask. My heart dropped. I'm not in good shape.
Oh, I am so sorry to hear
I'm
that.
not in good shape.
Hear that.
This side of my face hit, and then my knee.
What you're used to, but in Waukesha, we take that very seriously. That claim very seriously.
Hang on 1 sec.
And I want to investigate.
All right, let me just upload it again.
Hi, Darrell.
There's just a little break in this here, and then it has to start over.
It's like it just all of a sudden it just shuts the video down. And all you can hear is or all you could just see it. There's no audio. All right, let me find it. Just step in here for me. Yep. I'm all right. How you holding up? I was asking how you're holding up. Oh.
I finally found out everything I was here for, and I cried for like an hour straight. Had to get a new mask. My heart dropped.
Oh,
I'm not in good shape.
oh, I am so sorry to hear
I'm
that.
not in good shape.
I'm so sorry to hear that. Let me just cut right to the point because I know you got stuff going on today.
Do I?
Yeah.
Stuff going
Oh
on.
my God.
So,
That's one
I
way to
heard-
put it.
I got stuff going on today. Yeah, you're gonna have some stuff going on today. Being, from what I understand,
Like killing people and shit.
I'll be in front of a judge here shortly. And even Daryl's like, with a dented shoulder? No, he didn't say that. We're gonna get to the dented shoulder, then we're going back into testimony.
I'm actually surprised he didn't say that.
Checked out for some
I know. Like, seriously?
Any kind of excuse, this guy will try it.
injuries. Okay. So, and you said it was from the police.
Yes.
Roughing you up. Okay.
Yes.
So, I don't know what you're used to, but in Waukesha, we take that very seriously. That claim very seriously. And I want to investigate and look into those officers that did that to you. I don't think that that's right if that's what happened. And I want to be able to kind of go through and see what's going on with those cops and what might have happened.
Even the detectives said too when they came up, they was wondering why they had their knee all on my, because the only arm that was free was this one.
Okay.
And I kept telling them, I was like this. I said, my ID's in my back pocket. I'm just gonna give you my ID so you know who I am. And when who the guy was, when he grabbed this arm, he yanked me so hard, I felt my shoulder pop. I actually heard it pop.
Oh.
And then he slammed me, boom. My shoulder hit, this side of my face hit, and then my knee was like, my leg was kind of up like this, and then this hit, boom. That's how I got all these scars.
Oh, wow.
All these scars.
And they had the
Already, hours later, he's got all of these scars. Ketchup, he's got all these scars. This is terrible. This is the most horrible thing what they did to poor Daryl Brooks. Poor Daryl. You do well, friend Psycho. We'll be praying for you. I hope you have a good day. I hope you have a good day. And hopefully we can bring you a few laughs. And also remember, Joe Brooks, it's got all these scars. It was a brutal surrendering and laying down. Yes, Crafty a Witch. This was a brutal surrendering. This is terrible what happened to Daryl.
Yeah. It was like a gang beatdown the way they arrested him.
Hang on. Can we take a moment to have a moment of silence for Joe Brooks and the... No, I'm just kidding.
For his shoulder.
His dented shoulder. But here we go. We're going to get to that.
X-ray his knee, because this knee was scraped up. And right here, they was concerned that something might have been broken here because they said this bone was sticking out further than the other knee, so they wanted to X-ray the knee.
Okay.
They
Who
said my
said that?
shoulder is definitely gonna need surgery. They did the X-ray and they said they will have to do an MRI to tell what's in there, but they can tell because it's a dent. It's actually a dent. I don't know if you can see it right here.
When were these x-rays?
Well, they took the x-rays, but they couldn't get the MRI. They need the MRI. But no, he's got a heavily dented shoulder. Did you see the dent? It's actually a dent. I don't know if you can see it right here, but it's a dented shoulder.
But are they at the hospital or the jail right now? In this audio.
In this one, I believe they are back at the jail now.
Oh, okay. So he's telling this lady, I'm guessing she's the nurse at the jail or something?
No. She's investigating the police who slammed him to the ground.
Oh.
She's in charge of making sure Daryl is protected from these terrible police who dented his shoulder. All right, because you can see it's a dent. It's actually in all of the scars. The scars that
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, you always get immediate scars when it's serious.
I mean, yeah, I've never not had an immediate scar.
Yeah, same.
Mm-hmm.
Same here.
But no, this is a very bad dented shoulder. Let's see how this goes.
You see that?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Kind of like this.
Yeah,
She's like, no.
They said something in there is torn, but they won't be able to know unless they did an MRI. Obviously, they didn't have time to do. I don't know.
Okay. Well, some of the medical treatment is stuff that they're in ER and they can only do so much. And then some of that stuff is going to have to be followed. Yeah. So I guess that's why I'm here is I want to kind of look into that a little further. But in order to substantiate, I hear what you're telling me with the injuries and I believe you. But I have to have proof of that too. So I want to see if I can get the medical records from the hospital to show those injuries that you've got. So what I have here, I can go through it with you quickly, is just an express consent for release of medical information. It's got your name, date of birth on here, your address, and just standard. I check all the boxes because we don't know exactly what they have. The medical field can sometimes withhold stuff from us unless we check all the boxes to make sure. So if I go through and I get something and only gives me limited information, I got to come back again. So just to avoid all that, I check all these boxes just to get all the.
She should watch the arrest body cam video with him.
The signature.
Well,
that would be hilarious to see his face.
This will get brought up in court. We're going to walk through this in court, the actual arrest. So trust you me, Ketchup, we'll get there. But as Daryl spins his tail with his dented shoulder, I thought it was important before we hop into coverage today that we just get through the dented shoulder so you would know what I'm talking about.
Right here for you. And if you're willing to do that, I can get you a pen and we can get you signed that, and then I can get on my way and start looking into this a little more. Okay. Do you have any questions at all?
Not about this, but were my phones kept for evidence?
Yeah, we talked about this yesterday. Right now they're being kept for evidence, and then you'll get them back when we're done with them.
They would bring them over to my property?
If you're still here, yep, they'll bring it in.
Okay. No, I was just concerned because
he's got all his business stuff in there.
Yeah,
I got one kid that's grown, so
we're not trying to keep that stuff
no,
from you.
I know
You know
that.
what I
I
mean?
was just wondering. because I'm like, I don't want. I know they were saying something about yeah, they had to like open them up or.
Now first he was with the FBI. They closed down that interview. Then he had an interview with Carpenter. Now this is later on, and now he's going to say something that's completely terrible. All right.
Oh, shocking.
Hang on to your seats. All right. Just sit tight. He's going to say one of the worst things I think I've ever heard him say. He's going to ask, well, I'll let you hear
something or.
Yeah, it's called a forensic download. So they're basically just going to grab the content from it, but it's way above I don't deal with the technology stuff very well.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
All right. So what I need from you is a signature right here. You're the patient signature, and then I can give you the date. Is the 23rd. Are you able to?
Well, it's kind of.
I know it's one, but I do the best that you can. Signature right here on that line, and then I'll sign as a witness after.
They had to X-ray this too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they said you see it's kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They said none of the bones were broken, but the shoulder they're concerned about because they can't see.
Sure.
You know.
The date is the 23rd.
She's like, sure.
I kind of when I do my signature.
Here's the date. Can you date this?
And the time right now you can put 12:35 p.m.
Yeah, I was like, who were those guys? What were their names? Like.
Yeah, I know who they are, so I'm gonna figure it out. Some of them weren't with our department either, so that's why, at our department, we don't do that stuff, and if we do, we look into it. And so, there was another department, so that's why I want to look into it more.
That's what it was.
Yep.
Oh.
So that's why I want to look into it and make sure that, we don't tolerate that.
Boom,
I was kind of surprised. I was just like,
yeah, no, absolutely. Like I said, I don't want that to happen to you or anybody. It doesn't matter what's going on, right?
Yesterday, they wouldn't give me any Tylenol for it at first. It didn't even help when they did give it to me.
Get Tylenol.
It's like a burning sensation.
Such a bitch.
Are you gonna be able to get some follow up in here?
I know I've been asking them for something for the pain ever since last night. I haven't even seen a nurse yet. I told them, I said, I can't. First of all, I'm sickle cell anemia, so I'm cold. I can't sleep, and then I can't I can't get comfortable because everywhere I turn, my shoulder,
on your shoulder
throbs.
Oh,
and it's like a burning sensation that is just, if I try to lift my arm too high, it hurts. If I turn it a certain way, it hurts. If I lay on it, it hurts.
Maybe Daryl needs a massage.
They said something was definitely wrong. They just couldn't tell from the x-ray because the x-ray didn't show any broken bones.
Okay.
But they said
or any other
I'm glad at
injury.
least there's no broken bones, right?
They
But-
definitely told
But if
me.
there's something else going on, I want to know
And
about
I-
it,
and
and
I
I'll look
won't
into
know
it. Okay.
because obviously they couldn't do an MRI, so I don't even know what's wrong with it. But they said, yeah, something is definitely wrong.
Something's up.
It's like you shouldn't have a dent right there. They don't know if it's like I said, when he pulled it and it popped, did he tear a muscle? Did he?
This is true ketchup. You should not have a dent right there. That's terrible. I mean,
Yeah.
when I dented my shoulder, I don't know if you guys know, it was a few years back. I dented my shoulder, and I actually had to go in and get surgery for my shoulder. It was terrible. And so let's just always think about that. A lot of love going out to the dented shoulder people.
Right.
You know, they don't know. They just like, you're gonna definitely have to get this looked at. We don't know how soon
Definitely.
or when you'll be getting out or whatever the case to follow up. But you definitely need to get an MRI because something is definitely wrong with that.
Okay.
Oh, something's
Well,
wrong, all right.
I'm sure that the nursing staff here, but now that I have access to medical records and things like that for this, I'll be able to know the further treatments that you get as well. And we'll be able to look into that and make sure.
Yes, Mr.
Okay.
Flintstone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's going on with,
It was all from the slam.
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I told them about. They didn't even do the X-ray on. I think they did like sort of around my wrist right here.
Okay.
They didn't do. I was telling them like my fingers. I don't. Something looks. This you can tell something's wrong.
Yeah,
with that.
something's going on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna look into that, okay? You have any
That's
questions?
called
for me at all?
placating.
I just wanted.
I'll keep you updated, okay?
Yeah, this isn't right, man.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. And we don't tolerate that shit, okay? So we'll do what we can to see what's going on, all right?
I definitely appreciate you because I didn't even think. I just thought it was just gonna be like, okay, that happens.
You didn't even deserve that, Jay.
No, not so.
Terrible.
I'm just like. So
Horrible.
like, how can these people? I mean, I understand.
Horrible.
Graphic things, or now I know, but I was just trying to gauge, like, if I'm not showing, I'm telling you guys, like, yo, I don't have any weapons. I'm trying to get my ID to show you who I am, and you still, I was just like, man, this is bullshit.
I think
Yeah, I get it. We don't tolerate that. I'm gonna look into it, okay? We'll figure out what's going on. All right?
What's your name?
My name is Jessica,
Yeah, Michael.
okay?
I
Come.
appreciate you coming in.
All
I
right.
just thought I was just gonna have to just be like, well,
No, that doesn't sound fair, does it?
no, it's not. It's not.
Okay. All right. We'll take care of Darrell, okay?
Thank you.
All right.
Oh,
You're
one,
welcome.
one more thing.
Sure.
After everything's over with, will my mom be able to get the truck back or get at least everything that's in the truck out of?
Will my mom be able to get the evidence back that I ran over all of these people with? Will my mom be able to get the truck back?
Right? Can my mom stop by and pick up the evidence?
Piece of shit, Daryl. Like, talk about read the room, dummy. All right. She is placating you, playing nice, but at the same time, no, dummy, you're probably not going to get the evidence back right away after you ran all these people over. What a jackass statement. But the lady, once again, this lady is so nice. She continues to placate him a little bit further. I'm like, probably.
Yeah, so we have some
Really?
legal obligations of how, when we can release it versus how long we have to hang on to it and things like that. Once those legal obligations are met, your mom can get the vehicle back.
I don't even think she's gonna want the vehicle. She just probably gonna want, because like the title and stuff is in there.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Certain paperwork that goes to the truck, the keys.
Yep. Yeah, we can definitely arrange for that.
Clothing, stuff like that. I know she's gonna want basically just really the contents of everything that's in there.
That makes sense. We can arrange for that when the time comes, okay?
Okay.
All right. All right. Take care. Thank you for speaking with me.
Oh, boy.
This dude, I swear to God.
Can we get the car back? Sad thing is, mom wanted it back. I'm sure she did, JD. Of course, she wanted the evidence back.
My God.
She's a cold-hearted bitch herself, to be honest.
How could you ever drive that car again after that?
Oh, well, the car is completely totaled. I think he
But
was.
I'm just saying, like, why would you ever even want it back for any reason? Like, I don't even, what would even happen with her insurance company if she had insurance with all of that? Like, oh my goodness, the claims
I'm thinking
for one policy, like, I don't even know. Like, that's insane. That's probably never happened before.
If they had full coverage on it, though, I don't know if they did. Then Daryl Brooks' mom probably does want it back because she could claim some money on it because she's also a piece of shit. All right, so. And we'll get to that maybe on Sunday where I'll pull up some Dawn Woods. All right. Let me just see. I'm going to fast forward just a little bit here. Let's see. This is all the stuff. Let me see if I get to the lady who's actually talking to him. Oh, yeah. here is them in the. All right, remember, now he's being investigated here, and here's Officer Ben Stern, and they're leading him in. The lady in the blue shirt at the very bottom, that is the lady who was just talking to him. All right, this is prior as well. It skips around a little bit, but that's the lady who was just right there, the blonde-haired lady.
He looks like he might even be laughing. No, I'm sorry. Oh, my shoulder. Oh,
Yeah,
let me take this off.
he is in a lot of pain.
Yeah, I'm just, oh, no, it hurts so bad. What a moron.
This is terrible. The amount of pain
Good gracious.
that he is in, they're bringing him in now. This is just a lot of pain. Shoulder, there's Carl. I didn't show this to you last time.
Hey, Calvin.
I'm going to take these handcuffs off as long as are you cool with that? Yeah. Put your feet apart for me, sir. Thank you. When this comes off your left hand, put it on top of your head.
Now, that is the lady who was interviewing him because, once again, remember, she's investigating the police officers who slammed him to the ground. It was like slam poetry. I mean, slam to the ground. Nicest person in the world. And, of course, Daryl has a really tough time here with the handcuffs because of the bad shoulder injury. This is terrible. This is
right.
terrible. Prayers up, prayers up. As you can see, he's still wearing his effing socks because he lost his stupid slider.
Flip-flop? Oh, yeah.
Flops when he was his Milwaukee Brewers flip-flops. Well, of course, he claims Green Bay Packer flip-flops. It was game day. It was game day. He was watching the girl's house with Marcus.
Because they totally switched out his sliders or flip-flops or whatever.
Hi, Rick Reed. Hi, Paramount. How are you, Grounds?
It's a setup.
We're going to right into the trial.
Thank you, sir. Top of your head. Same thing with this one.
Ah,
face that way. So nice and easy on you. There you go. All right. All yours.
I wish it did hurt.
Look at Daryl. Piece of shit, you pussy. My God. They really should suspend the cop who gave him the Twinkie. I know. He's over there, has no problem chowing down food the night before after running a bunch of people over. But look at the pain he's in from the shoulder, the dented shoulder. And I'll be honest with you, Ketchup, when I had dented shoulder, I was same pain. Yeah. These guys have, no weapons. Can't they just take care of this? Oh, never mind.
Right.
What a piece of shit. Okay.
He's just such a bitch. He's just such a bitch.
Back to our trial watch, but I thought that would be a good opening for our show here, because I forgot to share that at the very beginning of our watch, and we'll pop around. I'll show a few things throughout the trial. We are on day 7, and this is where things are going to start to spice up a little bit. I'm going to set this to play. Let's see, he goes for a little bit here. Okay, so we got stuff here. Let's see. Playback speed, we're going to go back to 1.5 times. Now, Ketchup, I'm going to let this play, and I'll be right back to the house. I had dented buttock my entire life. There could be more awareness to the dented injuries. There does, Jeremy. There does. I mean, there's never enough coverage of this. And by the way, Jeremy, sorry, I normally do What the Hell's coverage on Wednesdays, but the Fleabags didn't have a show last night or the night before. So I thought I would save it because I normally do Daryl Brooks on Fridays. But I said, you know what, Jeremy? I'm going to do Jeremy Hales on Friday. And we're going to do Daryl Brooks today because, well, By the way, Jeremy, do you know, hang on, what was that name again? James Morrison. Do you know what James Morrison? They've been emailing me nonstop about myself getting sued because there's so many lawsuits coming, warning me about future lawsuits. If you know what James Morrison, Jeremy, if it feels like a lips alt account to me, but if you know of one, let me know. We understand the walrus is an empath. Yeah, walrus.
Right.
Yeah, I do have to sometimes adjust my shows based on their lack of stupid sometimes.
It's amazing she doesn't feel
But
how much
me.
her weight impacts the entire planet.
Email me if you know what James. I have no idea who James Morrison is. Probably lips. That was my thought too. We've had some nice conversations back and forth. Well, in my little just J-Hip way, we've had wonderful conversations back and forth. Because that's what I do. I respond every time I get a message from anybody. Now here we go. We're back with this officer. Ketchup, I'm gonna let you run with this for a second.
Okay.
and I'll be back in just a few minutes. But let you run with this. Here we go with this officer. And
distress, like he was trying to stop the vehicle. In fact, he seemed to me like he was excited about what he was doing.
Would please put up for the witness exhibit number 34, again for the witness only.
Go ahead.
134, excuse me. Yep.
Go ahead. 134.
We're going to play, this is a 16-second clip. We're just going to play first 7 or 8 seconds for you. Let's go. We played 6 seconds. Do you recognize that video?
Do I recognize the vehicle in the video?
Yes.
Yes.
That was the question, Your Honor.
Overruled. He may answer.
The answer was yes?
Yes.
Okay. This is based on your recollection of the scene that day. This would be where in relation to where you were standing?
That would be west of my location.
What happens to Main Street as you go west of where you were standing?
Overruled.
Approximately a block to the west, the road takes a sharp turn to the left or south.
You testified earlier that the driver's window was down when it passed you. Is that correct?
Yes.
Does this video accurately depict how the SUV looked, including that window, at the time you saw it?
Objection. Speculative.
Overruled. He may answer. He's testifying about what he recalled, not what someone else thought. Go ahead.
Yes.
Move exhibit 134 into evidence and request permission to publish.
Objection. Your second.
The objection is overruled. Exhibit 134 is received. Permission to publish is granted.
Okay, we'll play this once at full speed. The video that we just played, exhibit 134, that's how you recall seeing the video that day, the vehicle that day?
Yes.
Now, if we could put up for the witness only exhibit number 9, please. Do you recognize this exhibit?
Yes.
What is it?
That's the red SUV that I saw on the parade that day. The damage done, it depicts in the front of the vehicle is consistent with what I saw. The driver's window is open, like I saw, and that's the driver that I saw driving the vehicle that day.
Does exhibit 9 appear to be a screenshot from the video that we just saw, exhibit 134?
Yes.
I move exhibit 9 into evidence and request permission to publish.
Objection. Speculative.
Exhibit 9 is received. Permission to publish is granted.
Oh boy, he had the window down too?
Does that come up in there? Okay, thank you.
He's like right around the corner from my house in this picture, where we used to live anyway.
Okay, we can take that down. Thank you. What did you do after the SUV drove out of your field of view?
I checked on my family. They were physically unharmed. So then I went into the road to see how I can help people.
Did you?
Yes.
Cool.
Stepped out into the road. I looked to my left, to my right, in each direction. I would estimate probably 12 to 15 people in each direction that were lying in the road in various positions. I just walked up to the first people that I saw to my west, which would have been people that were with the Catholic community of Waukesha.
And did you attempt to render any medical aid to anybody in that group?
Yes.
Can you describe that?
So I happened upon two people. One was an adult male, and then one was a small child, probably 8 to 11. The adult male was conscious, was lying on his side. I believe it was the right side of his head on the ground. He complained that he couldn't move his legs. And then the young girl was unconscious. She was laying on her stomach, face down, with her head tucked essentially down underneath her, like onto her chest, essentially.
The adult male that you described, did he provide you with a first name?
Yes, he did.
What was that?
Jason.
The girl that you mentioned, did you ever learn her name?
I have an idea who it is now. I did not learn it that day, though.
Okay. What happened as you came upon that girl with her head tucked down into her chest?
I believe there was at least one other Good Samaritan that had come down to assist her. She was not, like I said, she was not conscious. She was breathing, but the breaths were more like snoring. I recognized that she was not getting good quality breaths. Could be characterized as agonal breathing, possibly, but she was not breathing normally.
What did you do?
I told the other Good Samaritan that we needed to get her in a better position so she could get adequate breaths, because where she was not. At first, the person was a little reluctant because they didn't want to hurt her more by moving her. But I convinced them that she's not breathing appropriately right now. We have to move her carefully so that she can have an opportunity to breathe.
So did you?
Yes.
Did you help anybody else with the group that you've identified as the Catholic communities?
Objection answered.
Overruled.
Eventually, there were several people that came and helped the young girl with various levels of medical training. I think one was like a retired military medic, and there was at least one nurse. So they were helping her to the point where I really could not provide any additional aid.
Sorry, I'm back. I had to go put my laundry in the dryer. Sorry, folks.
Oh, well, you know, that's fine.
Trying to get other stuff done.
I feel you.
All right, back to, this wonderful testimony here.
So I kind of walked around to see if there's anybody else I could help.
Was there?
Yes, there was many people at that point.
Did you help anybody else?
Yes. I actually ran into an officer who was also off duty from Franklin that I recognized. I didn't attend the event with him, but I ran into him. We worked together then to help at least one other person into the back of a sheriff's squad that had come onto the parade route to try to help get people to area hospitals.
What type of vehicle was that?
It was a
There's been an objection. It's not speculative. The witness may answer. Go ahead.
it was a marked Waukesha County Sheriff's SUV.
What happened next?
By that time, there was a lot of medical equipment that was arriving on scene. I know there was a longboard that we tried putting some of the victims on, but the longboard wouldn't fit in the back of the SUV because it's a hard seat, and it just wouldn't fit in there. So we ended up using like a makeshift stretcher out of a blanket, and then we carried one of the victims into the back of the sheriff SUV. And then the officer who was with me from Franklin, he actually rode with her in the back, our female victim, and went to area hospital.
Do you recall the first name of that female victim?
I believe it was Marisol.
Marisol?
Objection, legal witness.
It's a clarification.
Legal witness.
Overruled.
Yes.
Did you eventually leave the downtown Waukesha area?
Yeah, approximately 5:30 after all the victims that had been lying in the road were taken care of. There was nothing left for me to do at that point.
Thank you. I have no further questions.
Any questions for this witness, sir?
Yep.
Yep.
That's a yes.
Yes.
All right, go ahead.
Would you happen to be on duty today, right now, if you were testifying?
Yes.
And so right now, would it be fair to say that you are on the clock?
Yes.
So on the clock, would it be fair to say that you're getting paid right now?
Yes.
Please, if you would, though, folks, if you could like and subscribe if you haven't already. I do appreciate that. Thank you so much. If you could share as well, I appreciate that as well. Thank you so much. Just for like and subscribe or share is always terrific. Thank you so much.
Would that be for your testimony or just because you would be on the clock otherwise?
These would be my normal work hours right now.
So you're being paid to testify right now as we speak?
Objection.
Grounds.
That's an answer.
Grounds.
Can you answer?
Any idea why you be getting paid to testify?
Because these are my normal work hours. This is why I'm working and been subpoenaed by the state to be here.
So the state's paying you to testify?
The city of Franklin's paying me
to testify.
These are my normal work hours.
So testifying in open court is part of your duties as an officer?
Yes.
So you've done this more than just this time then, would that be fair to say?
Yes.
And each time you were paid to do so?
Yes.
You made mention to the state of Wisconsin. Is that who you were subpoenaed by?
Yes.
Do you recall by whom?
No.
You were in fact subpoenaed though, would that be fair to say?
Yes.
And you don't recall by whom the subpoena was delivered to you? The name on the subpoena?
No.
So would it be fair to say that upon being subpoenaed, you were in touch with the state of Wisconsin?
Specifically, Waukesha County DA's office.
Do you recall who those interactions were with?
Not specifically.
So it'd be fair to say you had an interaction with the Waukesha County District Attorney's office, but don't recall who you spoke with?
I spoke with a group of people from the DA's office.
He's getting in your
Anyone by name?
One of the people was the gentleman at the DA at the table.
Let the record reflect that the witness made a hand gesture towards the prosecution table and identified attorney with y'all.
Okay.
The record will still reflect.
So you knew that it was a strong possibility that you would be called to testify then, I'm assuming. That'd be fair to say?
Yes.
Did you seek to testify in any way?
Don't understand the question.
Were you actively seeking to testify? Like, did you, on your end, did you reach out and volunteer testimony?
After the incident, I did complete a report of what I saw that day and gave it to the Waukesha Police Department.
So after that report that you submitted, you didn't follow up on what was happening in the matter at that point?
No.
So it'd be fair to say after you gave your report on the incident, you just went back to work and continued your normal duties. Would that be fair to say?
Yes.
Did you follow much in the aftermath of the matter at that point after you submitted your report?
Not really.
You don't recall seeing any news reports related to the incident?
I may have saw some.
You made reference at one point to, well, let me back up. Was today the first time you ever saw those exhibits, the videos and still frame photo?
No.
So you've seen that before today?
Yes.
You recall how many times?
I believe probably once a piece.
Do you recall who you were shown them by?
The
same
table, yeah.
Same attorney?
Yes.
Let the record also reflect that, again, he's made a right hand gesture to the prosecution table and identified an attorney with y'all. Again.
No objection.
Record will still reflect.
And do you recall around what date that was? Was it recently? Was it some time ago?
It was recently.
And what would you define as recently? A few weeks, a few days, a month?
A few weeks.
And exhibit, I want to say it was 133, or maybe 132. You recall seeing the vehicle that you saw that day going through the parade route? Would that be fair to say?
Can I see the exhibit? I'm not sure which one specifically you're referring to.
Let's try exhibit 132, and maybe.
The state put that up, please.
You usually don't get a let's try exhibit 132 and let's see what happens there. Now, normally that doesn't happen in court, but this seems like a good one. This will probably work out.
No, I need the jurors to let me know when they get it, since there's a more of a delay to the jury box and those monitors. Thank you. It's on in the jury box. Go ahead.
You made reference when shown this exhibit. You made reference to be in position around like right in that area. Would that be fair to say?
Yes.
If you could play the video from, I don't know, maybe starting at around 5 seconds.
It means that it's clear the invitation. You don't want to capture the money with you.
Oh no. Okay.
Okay.
Can you play it? Did you see the vehicle pass the position where you were standing in that exhibit?
Yes.
You made reference to the driver of the vehicle hanging out of the driver's side window. And I think your words were, you were concerned that the driver may fall out of the vehicle. Do you recall saying that?
Yes.
Is it fair to say from that exhibit video that the driver of that vehicle is not hanging out of the window?
In that portion of the video, he is not hanging out the window.
So what portion, let me back up. In any of the exhibits that you were shown, does any of them depict the driver hanging out of the window on the verge of falling out?
No.
So, what position were you in when you?
Let me show you something here, folks, if I could. Let's just do live video footage. All right, we'll do a little drive-by here, a little drone footage. Now, as you can see, the
Coming up on the right side here, right here, this with the cream colored building, that's the antique mall. That whole entire building. It's huge. It's 2 floors. It's amazing. If you ever go to Waukesha.
Oh, yeah.
I highly recommend.
Now we're gonna run through. This is a drone footage. Now every single circle you see is someone that was hit. All right, I'm gonna point this out. There's another one. And we're gonna run through this here. Sorry, I hate to delay. But once again, I'm gonna show everyone the action as it happened. I guess I shouldn't say action. I should just say
Destruction, more like.
destruction. Yeah, that happened. More circles. Running through. More circles. As you can see, a stroller off to the right. You can see everything that was left behind as people ran for their lives. Now we're getting to, is this the 5 points area?
Yes.
Okay, this is the 5 points area. This will get brought up many a times. That's why I want to stop and just pause this for a second so I could show you all the actual parade route as it happened. This was the following day. This drone footage. I believe off the left, Bone Steel. I believe that was the vehicle he was driving. He had to leave it behind, if I'm not mistaken. That may allegedly, I don't know for sure. I think that is his vehicle because he said he had to leave his vehicle behind.
Right.
And I believe that to be the one. I'm not 100% sure. There's another circle. And don't worry, there's another circle, another circle, another circle, another circle, another circle, circle, circle. Okay. All right, now the green lines are directions of the path of travel. Another circle, another circle.
Yeah, the steaming cup is on the corner here to your right.
Okay, yep. Off to the right is the steaming cup that gets brought up all the time. And this, now look at all these circles. Okay. I think this might have been the dancing grandmas. I'm not 100% sure what I think. As we're still rolling by the drone footage to follow the parade route. I don't know the color codes there. I know there are people struck. Some are color coded different with people who had passed away, but no, there were. I know they colored everyone injured at the time. I don't think they made any. Jay, what was under the tire of that truck? I don't know. I don't know that. Here you can see those circles, circles, circles. Some of these people were injured just diving away. Look at that. Over on the left. More circles, more circles. So this is what this jackass did, representing himself.
There's somebody's shoes.
Yeah, there's shoes there. A lot has already been collected for evidence, but this is the remainder the following morning. Some stuff was collected, some was left behind for drone footage. Keep in mind, I'm not showing. This is all clothing and stuff like that. There's nothing. I'm not showing you anything terrible. Okay, trust me. I mean, I'm showing you something terrible, but I mean, I'm showing the aftermath. I'm not showing the actual. There's nothing you're gonna see here that's gonna.
Coming up here, like there's gonna be a tattoo shop coming up on the left side. Before that big building, the brownish looking one.
Oh yeah, okay, just off to the left there.
Yeah, it's after this whatever place, Dale something. There's I can't make it's like right maybe we passed it. Yeah, we just passed it.
Okay.
But my neighbor that lived directly across the street from me, their backyard is exposed to the parking lot by the tattoo place. And so people were walking from Main Street through their backyard and weren't sure how to get out of their backyard to get back because we lived right by a church. And so everybody parked in that church parking lot that could take like a back street to get into the parking lot. Mm-hmm. So people were getting stuck in their yard, and my neighbors were older people and they were scared to come out. And they were like, can you please get the people out of our yard?
When did they open the street back up after this incident?
Not until the next afternoon, like 4 or 5 o'clock, I think it was.
All right, so I just wanted to share that so everyone, and this is where shots were fired, was around this area here at the end of the parade route is where shots are fired. So, okay, I just wanted to run through that real fast because, well, I thought it was important. So I hope you appreciate it. Well, I shouldn't say appreciate it, but I'm sharing what I have.
Yeah, that street, Main Street, was closed off for even longer than the other street.
Yeah, so
do you know any reason why the exhibits are not depicting what you say you saw?
That portion of the video only covers from a distance where I was. It would have been the very tail end of that. When it's going to the west, that video is probably from several 100 feet to the east of where I am. So
several 100 feet? How would you estimate that distance?
Just I know where that video was taken from and where I was standing. That's an estimate of about how far.
And you know that for sure?
It's an estimate.
So it would be fair to say you don't know for sure. Grounds.
Sustained.
Grounds for sustained, Your Honor?
Argumentative. Sustained is the form of the question. Please rephrase.
Would it be fair to say that in the exhibit that was just shown, that from the position that you said that you would have been positioned at, would it be fair to say that the vehicle passed that position pretty quickly?
Yes.
So how were you able to get a look at the driver if it passed your position quickly and we can see lots of people standing in that position?
When the vehicle passed by me, the vehicle at that point in time was a threat to me and my family. So I was very focused on what was going on, very focused. And it passed directly in front of me about 10 feet away. So all my attention was directly on that vehicle. That's how I noticed that.
You're right, French. Yes, it definitely does have devil.
Approximately, yes.
Does this the exhibit that was just shown depict what you are saying now, that it passed 10 feet in front of you?
Yes.
So can we pull that back up?
Sure. Will be shown to everyone?
Yes.
And if the jurors would let me know when it's on the screens in the jury box, please. Go ahead. Do you want it played? They have it, yes, they confirm. Do you want it played from a certain spot?
I'll get to that. Just so we're clear for the record and for the jury, your position would be somewhere in here as you testify. Would that be fair to say?
Correct. But
can we put an X down?
Hold on, let him finish. He was interrupting.
Okay. Given the angle of this, it's very hard for me to show precisely where I am. If I can draw an X, I'm trying to draw as far.
Use your finger.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Like as far down here as possible. not right. It's not like any of these people here. It's actually because this is still, all this video here is still on the east side of Maple. I am on the west side of Maple. So when I put an X here, I am essentially, I'm going to call it way down there, several hundred feet. I'm not any of these people pictured. Does that make sense?
No, it actually doesn't. But I was referring, so I probably had it a little coming this way. So by what you're saying, you would have been approximately in this area. Would that be fair to say?
Yeah.
Object to the annotation. The witness drew twice now where he was, and I think adequately explained it.
Brown.
I'm going to sustain the objection and direct Mr. Brooks to have the witness put where the area that he was in.
Okay.
So we'll clear the annotation and go ahead. You can do that, sir.
Yeah, it would be.
Now, did you mean to put that arrow?
I did not mean to put that arrow there.
Let's clear it again. We'll have you do it. I know it's a touchy screen, so do it again.
So you and your family were approximately in the area of where you drew the X. Would that be fair to say?
Yes.
Would it also be fair to say that there are quite a few people in that area?
Yes.
Would it be fair to say that you can see, I guess it would be some type of lights from the vehicle that passed? Would that be fair to say?
Yes.
And you estimate that where you can see those lights and where you would have positioned that is 10 feet.
Can you repeat the question?
Would you say that where you can see those lights at, that you just said that you can see, and the position that you drew yourself to be positioned in, you would estimate that that's 10 feet?
Yes.
I'll object and move to strike. I think this is a misleading question. We're at the beginning of the video. Those taillights are not the vehicle in question.
Where did the taillights come from then?
A different vehicle.
So
Hold on. There's been an objection. There's been an objection. I believe the question mischaracterized the evidence. So strike the question, strike his response. Please rephrase. If you want to watch the video again to establish what you're asking, that would be fine.
Before I play, do you recall there being any other vehicles positioned by where you were standing there with your family?
Hold on. You're talking about at the time that we're seeing this?
At the time that we're looking at right now, do you recall any other vehicles being present, positioned where you were standing with your family?
I believe there was a vehicle to my left, which would have been immediate to my left was the group that was walking with the Catholic community of Waukesha, and just to the west of them was some sort of vehicle that was participating in the parade.
So it would have been a little bit further west.
Yes.
From your recollection, would you say that that was the vehicle that you said would have been positioned a little further west?
Sir, do you mean the vehicle in the photo?
Yes, the vehicle
Thank you.
the vehicle in the exhibit. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I just want to make sure that we all understand.
Okay.
It's possible that's the vehicle.
But you don't know for sure.
No.
He's doing pretty good.
Can you play a little bit of it? I'll tell you when to pause. Can we bring the X off?
We can. And we will. Go ahead and play.
Pause. Would it be fair to say that it looks like the vehicle that's traveling with direction, would that be west?
Which vehicle are you referring to?
The vehicle that just drove through the middle of the screen.
Yes.
For the record, hold on. For the record, the video was paused at 4 seconds. Go ahead.
Does the vehicle appear to be in the middle of the street? Would that be fair to say?
At that point, yes.
And would you estimate the middle of the street to be 10 feet from where you were positioned at the time?
No, it would be a little further than that.
And with all the people in that general vicinity, would that in any way be hard for you to focus on if you could actually see who was driving the vehicle?
No, when I gave the description, the vehicle was right in front of me and there was nobody in my way.
Do you see yourself? Did your position move closer to the vehicle, as we can see that it's in the middle of the street and you just testified to that? Did you move closer to the vehicle or did you move back from the vehicle? What did you do at that point when you noticed that the vehicle was approaching your position?
It happened very quickly. I don't know that I moved in any direction when the vehicle came by.
So to your recollection, you pretty much stayed where you were at?
Yes, it happened very quickly.
So it'd be fair to say that it was, well, let me back up. What would you define as very quickly? A few seconds?
Yes.
And in a few seconds, you were able to see the driver of the vehicle hanging out of the window and almost falling and doing all that in just a few seconds?
Yes.
Yep, seen it.
And you also made mention to the driver of the vehicle looking behind them. Do you recall saying that?
Yes.
So in your recollection, you witnessed the driver hanging out of the driver's side window, being concerned that they would possibly fall out of the vehicle, and looking back and continuing to drive in a straight line, all in a few seconds.
Can you repeat that question?
You were able to see, because you testified that everything happening very quickly, and then you defined that as being a few seconds. Would that be fair to say that that's what you just testified to?
Yes.
So what I'm asking is, in those few seconds, you were able to see, from your recollection, you were able to see the driver of the vehicle hanging out of the vehicle, you being concerned that the driver would possibly fall from the vehicle. Notice that the driver was looking back and continuing to drive in a straight line. You witnessed all this in a few seconds.
Mm-hmm. I would not say continue to drive in a straight line. All the rest of that, yes.
You witnessed all that in a few seconds.
Yes.
Are we done with the video?
Oh yeah, we done the video. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're done.
Just so we're clear for the record, the exhibit that we just watched, the driver of the said vehicle was not hanging out of the window. Would that be fair to say?
Correct.
No, but your dumbass did have the window open.
Reference to the make and model of the vehicle. How were you able to determine that?
There actually is, I don't think it's shared in this court filing. Maybe it is, I don't remember. No, there is actually video of him with his head out the window looking back.
Oh, no way.
That is a thing. I don't know if it's brought up in trial, that video, because if they share that video, it actually might be shown, but not to the public. All right, because we have to remember we're going to protect the public from what actually happened, because there's actually hundreds, maybe thousands of videos of this event that are never shared. All right. So no, I want to point that out. I've seen pictures of him with his head out the window. But no, I have not seen actual video footage, because if you did, you would see him running over people at the same time. So I want to point that out. Don't forget, like, subscribe if you could, share if you would. If you want to go further and throw any super chats, just J-Hip, I do appreciate it. If you enjoyed the coverage, I appreciate that very, very much. Thank you so much. Much love. But no, I hope you enjoyed the coverage.
And just
I was thinking the same thing, Denise.
In my job, I know different makes and models of vehicles, so I'm positive on the make and model.
So yes. Would you know the make and model of pretty much any vehicle that would pass you on a street?
Most, yes.
Most, but not all.
Some of the newer vehicles look very similar. Some might be a little difficult, but I'm very confident in that vehicle description.
You were able to determine that in a few seconds?
Yes.
You made mention to some mechanical problems. You believe that there may have been some mechanical problems. How were you able to come to that determination?
That was my initial concern because of the noise that the engine was making. It wasn't the normal engine noise. The RPMs were revving much higher than normal.
Can you explain to the jury what do you mean by that, the RPMs, how that has any bearing on the engine?
It sounds very, very high pitched. This is very different than a normal vehicle driving down the road. Very, very high pitched to get your attention.
And so upon hearing that, from your recollection, you thought because of that sound that there had to be some mechanical problems going on with the engine.
I thought that there could be.
But it was your first initial thought, correct?
Correct.
And you were able to hear that sound and come to a conclusion that possibly there were mechanical issues all in a few seconds.
A lot runs through your mind at that point in time, yes.
And would it be fair to say, because depicting from the exhibit, that there were quite a few people in that general area, you were able to hear this engine over all the noise and chaos that was going on at that time?
No, he shaved his own head. He did that for, yes, it was a tactical reason.
Well, his weave was probably falling off.
Yeah, with the dreadlocks that he had, he needed to make a better appearance for himself. Did it work? Well, no. Showing up in jail attire on the first 2 days probably ruined that situation for him. Probably should have put on a suit, but you know, He's a jackass. So,
Yes, absolutely.
And you can hear the engine clear over all those people.
Yes.
Would it be fair to say that there were hundreds, even thousands of people present at the parade that day?
Hundreds for sure in my area. Sure.
In your general area, hundreds?
Yes.
Would it be fair to say that hundreds of people can get pretty loud?
Yes.
You stated that, I can't remember what side of the road you said it would be, but you made reference to an open alleyway. Do you recall saying that?
No.
Do you recall if you were positioned by any cross streets?
Yes, there was an intersection just to my right with Maple Avenue.
Do you recall if it was barricaded at the time?
I believe it was, but I couldn't say for sure.
Do you recall if any law enforcement was stationed at that barricade?
I don't recall.
So it'd be fair to say you don't recall if there could have been an exit out of the parade route at that time?
I don't recall.
In any of the exhibits that you were shown, and not the steel frames, but the videos, 132, 133, and I think it was 134. Did you see yourself in any of those videos?
I did not.
Did you see your family members in any one of those videos?
I did not.
To back up really quick to the mechanical issue again, you made mention to sounded like the engine was sputtering. Do you recall that?
Yes.
Can you define to the jury what you mean by stuttering? Sputtering?
I heard noises that sounded like almost like a popping, which at the time I didn't know what was. I thought it was possibly mechanical related. In retrospect, it may have been impacts of the vehicle hitting things. I don't know. I don't know which it was.
But it would be fair to say that based on what you testified to earlier about the RPMs and you knowing that would have something to do with the engine being louder, high pitched, I think was what you said. It would be fair. Do you think it would be fair to say that if that is pursuant to the actual engine, how could that have anything to do with something being struck? If that's engine, that's inside of the vehicle.
Can you repeat the question? I'm not sure what the specific question was.
Yeah, I've
the mechanical issues that you are describing was pretty much geared towards engine trouble. Would that be fair to say? A sputtering engine.
It was very high pitched, so it could be a mechanical thing, or it could be the engine or the transmission being like in the wrong gear, so that it's sounding much higher.
From your line of work, obviously you've been doing it for a very long time. Engine or transmission, possibly the vehicle being in the wrong gear, as you just said. Could that at any time cause someone who's driving the vehicle to lose control of the vehicle?
No.
I guess it could.
Maybe.
Do you know for sure, or is that just a guess?
That's just a guess.
So you don't know for sure if that would cause, if the driver may have been stuck in the wrong gear, you're not sure if that would have caused them maybe to lose control of the vehicle at that point in time?
It could. I don't know.
WTF now? Oh yeah. Much love.
From the well, let me back up. From your recollection, do you recall there being any tints to the vehicle, like tinted windows or anything?
Tints?
I don't recall.
Can we pull up Exhibit 9?
Go ahead.
How do you show it to everybody? You say publish? I'm sorry.
Publish, yes.
Now we're gonna have to see if there's any tints. Very, very big factor here, Ketchup. You gotta know if there's any tints. If the vehicle was tint, you know.
That depiction that there are in fact tinted windows.
Oh yeah, let's pull this up. You know, you in the vehicle. You, your vehicle heavily damaged. You after running over people. Yeah, this would be a good one to show, Darryl. This one seems like a good one. Yeah, if I was the defendant, the first thing I would do is probably show the most incriminating video that you could possibly show. This is going good, Darryl. Yeah, look at that. This here is all created by bodies. Okay. Window down. Yeah. I probably would have avoided this one, Darryl, but you know, that's me. You do your own thing. Well, yeah. But how can we even say that's him, though?
Right.
I mean, does it not look exactly like? Well, he's not him though. He's not him. You just go by that name. Nope.
It does appear that the windows in the back are tinted.
So you don't see any tinted windows on the side too?
Yes. When I mean back, I mean driver's door back.
I apologize. I didn't know what you mean by that. Okay. That driver's side window and the window, the immediate window after that as well. Would it be fair to say that there, from this picture, there are 2 tinted windows that you can visibly see? Would that be fair to say?
Yes.
You take that down. In that Exhibit 9 steel frame, it would be also fair to say that the driver is not hanging out of the window at that point?
That's fair to say. That's correct.
Yep, just go into the store.
To your recollection, do you know who may have took any of those videos, not the still frames, but the videos that were shown?
No.
Were you injured in any way during the incident?
No.
Any of your family?
No.
Do you know if anyone filed a claim in this incident?
I don't understand the question.
Filed a claim like seeking to be an injured party. Objection. Grounds.
Sustained.
Grounds.
I have a call.
Hey, recall.
Working in law enforcement, have you at any point seen the complaint in this matter?
Objection.
Grounds. Grounds.
Can I answer if he's in?
A complaint regarding this case?
Yes.
No.
Do you know if there's a plaintiff in this case?
Objection.
Grounds.
Relevance.
Sustained.
Grounds.
Plaintiff in the case?
I sustain the objection. You don't have to answer.
Take a drink.
Do you even know if there's a plaintiff in this matter?
Same objection.
Grounds.
Sustained.
Being in law enforcement for as long as you have, are you aware that there has to be an injured party to bring a claim?
Objection.
Grounds.
Argumentative.
Sustained. Also mistakes the law.
Doesn't.
In any of your investigations during your career, were you ever made aware at any time that the state of Wisconsin can be a plaintiff in a matter?
Objection.
Grounds.
Relevance.
Sustained.
Now we're getting to a standard South Stitch shit. This goes well. No, do another.
And from your recollection, do you recall seeing any other occupants in the vehicle at the time?
I don't remember seeing anyone in the vehicle other than the driver.
Were you able to get a look inside of the vehicle?
I could only see the driver. I couldn't tell you whether there was anyone else in the vehicle or not.
So it'd be fair to say that you're not sure.
That would be fair.
Well, you gotta wait for Redbeard.
No further questions.
Thank you. Any redirect?
Yes, please. Thank you, Your Honor.
Wait for Redbeard.
We could bring 132 back up for the jury, and while we're waiting for their screens to come up, I do have some separate questions. You testified that you're getting paid today as you sit there, correct?
That is correct.
By the city of Franklin?
Yes.
Okay. State of Wisconsin's not cutting that check.
Objection. Hearsay.
Overruled.
Objection. Second.
Overruled. You may answer.
Correct. It's just the city of Franklin's paying no one else.
Do you get paid more money if there's a guilty verdict?
Objection. Hearsay.
That was a good one.
You may answer.
No.
Direct your attention to Exhibit 132 on the screen. If we could jump ahead to maybe 3 seconds and slow it down to about 40%. One last time, I'd like you to draw an X to depict where you and your family were standing approximately.
Objection. Answered numerous times already at this point.
I'd like to preserve this as an exhibit.
Go ahead.
It's done it sometimes. Can we save that as Exhibit 132A and I move that into evidence?
Objection. Relevancy. And answered numerous times.
Exhibit 132 is received.
132A.
Sorry, 132A.
Thank you.
Objection.
Overruled.
We can see the red SUV in the roadway on Main Street in this portion of the video. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. At this point in the video, can you see the driver leaning his head or body out of the driver's window?
No.
Let's go frame by frame, please.
Don't know if they're going to show it or not. We'll see.
And pause there. We've paused it about 4 seconds. This is the approximate location on cross-examination where you were asked about your position and whether or not you were 10 feet from the vehicle. Do you remember that line of questioning?
Yes.
When the vehicle was 10 feet away from you, is this where it was on Main Street?
Objection.
Overruled. You may answer.
Speculative. It's clearly not 10 feet.
It would.
The jury will disregard the comment made by Mr. Brooks. It's not testimony. The witness may answer.
I don't consent to being called that name. Objection to that.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Could you repeat the question one more time, please?
When the vehicle was 10 feet away from you, is this as it's depicted right now in the video, is this where the vehicle was at that time?
Objection, hearsay.
Overruled.
Grounds for whatever rule you're on.
He may answer.
The vehicle at this point would still be east of my location.
Okay. So it hasn't, at this point in the video, it hasn't reached you and your family yet.
That is correct.
Let's go frame by frame, a few more frames, please.
Witch Owl's pretty good. I like Witch Owl.
And we'll pause there.
Just for the record, it was not paused when you asked it to, so go ahead and get back to the spot.
It should be at 4.
So looks like the video is at 4 seconds.
Yep, we'll play from there.
And if you could just indicate, hold on, what speed you're at.
We're going frame by frame at this point.
Thank you.
Okay, we've paused at 5 seconds. Is the vehicle now closer to the approximate location where it was near you and your family?
Objection, hearsay.
Overruled.
Yes.
Now, all they're trying to do here is try and prove how far away the vehicle actually was to where he was located, because it's hard to see with the ceiling here, and that's what all they're trying to get to. Then we're going to get to the next officer here. This officer was not on duty. He was walking with his, I think, daughter, walking his dog, and here we go.
Older daughter and I continued to walk toward my vehicle.
What happened as you were walking towards your vehicle?
As we were walking south down Maple, on the east side of the sidewalk, I saw an SUV driving behind the houses on the west side of Maple, and I just assumed it was driving in an alley or a driveway. As I lost visual of the SUV was driving behind houses, I heard a crash, which I'm familiar with vehicle crashes. It's not like a vehicle crash. The vehicle then emerged a little bit further south from behind one of the residences there and drove down the driveway of that residence toward the street, toward my daughter and I.
And then what happened?
I saw that the front end of the SUV was severely damaged, and put 2 and 2 together, thought the damage was from the crash I just heard. So the vehicle came, so eastbound down the driveway toward the sidewalk. I was standing across the street from it, and then it came to a stop. I saw the driver of the vehicle exit the vehicle. He came around to the front of the vehicle, looked at it, and yelled, "Fuck," and appeared to be panicked. Went back and got items out of the driver's side of the vehicle and then ran southbound.
The vehicle that you're talking about, do you remember what color it was?
It was a maroon Ford Escape.
What direction was the front of the vehicle facing when it came to a stop?
It's facing east.
And where were you in relation to the vehicle and the street?
I was directly across the street from it on the sidewalk.
Were there any vehicles between you and the red SUV that you described when you saw the driver get out?
No.
Were there any other obstructions between you and the vehicle as you saw the driver get out?
No.
Do you remember approximately how long, in seconds or minutes, you saw the driver as he was getting out and then leaving?
It was just a few seconds, if I had to guess, 10 to 20.
Okay. And you already said it was across the street. You remember approximately how many feet it would have been between you and the driver?
Overruled. You may answer.
If I had to guess, maybe 50 feet at most, from one side of the street to the other, plus the length of the vehicle.
Could you describe the lighting conditions at that time in terms of sunlight and street lamps if there were any?
Yeah, it was
Overruled. You may answer.
pre-dusk, I would describe it as.
How would you describe the physical appearance of the driver?
What he was wearing?
And any other physical descriptors?
He looked to be kind of in a panic. Obviously, I just thought he was involved in that crash. And he was wearing a gray hooded sweatshirt and blue jeans.
What about race?
I would have
Overruled. You may answer.
I would have described him as a light-skinned African American or possibly a male.
And you, in fact, you gave a statement to a fellow officer shortly after this happened, the next day, is that right?
Yes.
And that's the description you gave to that officer?
Yes.
You've seen news reports about this case in the days or the time since November 21st, is that right?
Yes.
And you've seen photographs of Daryl Brooks in other contexts, is that correct?
Objection. I do not consent to being called that name, nor do I know that individual. And it's
You may answer the question.
speculative.
It's not speculative.
Yes.
The person you saw get out of the driver's seat of that SUV,
Jay?
Sorry. No recall. The accident was the parade route. Okay? All of the damage done to this vehicle was the parade route. There was an accident before the parade route. Okay?
He drove through the barricades purposely.
And they weren't even, we're talking about plastic barricades here.
No, they're metal stands with wood boards.
Yeah, yes, wood boards that were laying down flat because of the wind that were blowing them. All right, the wind was blowing them out of the way, so they had to lay them down. All right, so
The ones by our house weren't blown down, but I don't.
It
I
depends
wasn't on Main Street. I was on Wisconsin Avenue with the other.
Yeah, it depends on what way the wind was blowing. Some of them were laid down on the side. Daryl makes a stink out of this. But yeah, the damage to the vehicle was generally all done by people, okay, that he ran over. Okay.
On November 21st. Do you see that person in the court today?
Yes. Objection. It's hearsay. How can you speaking as a first I-hand witness?
Overruled. I believe he answered, but could you say it again?
Yes, I see him sitting at the judge's table wearing a suit with a blue tie and a white surgical mask.
We'll do red
And
beard.
just be thorough. Please have Mr. Brooks remove his mask for a moment.
Please, Mr. Brooks, please remove your mask. Thank you. Your right to reflect the mask. Yes, one moment.
How confident are you in your identification today?
100%.
Is your identification in court today colored in any way by seeing pictures of Mr. Brooks in other contexts?
Objection. Respectfully to you.
Overruled. He may answer.
No.
Can you describe the difference, if any, between Mr. Brooks' appearance today and his appearance on November 21st?
Objection. Hearsay. And respectfully to you.
It's neither one of those things. The objection is overruled. The witness may answer.
Objection is irrelevant.
It is relevant. He may answer.
Not if you identify me already, so you say.
Mr. Brooks, please. The objection's been overruled. The witness may answer.
He's got very short hair right now. He didn't then.
What does his hair look like on November 21st?
Objection.
Overruled. You may answer.
Relevancy.
Go ahead. You may answer, sir.
He had longer hair.
I'm going to ask that we put up for the witness only exhibit number 65, please.
Go ahead.
Do you see a video on the screen in front of you?
Yes.
We're going to play a few moments from that video just to give you a chance to see if you recognize what's shown. Okay, that's good. We played 7 seconds out of the total of 36 seconds on this, but you recognize that video?
Yes.
What does it show?
It shows me walking south on the east sidewalk of Maple, just south of, I think that's Prospect, walking my dog Elvis and walking with my oldest daughter Ava.
Is that an accurate depiction of that scene as you saw it today?
Objection.
Overruled.
Move exhibit,
Yes.
Thank you.
move exhibit 65 into evidence and ask to publish.
Exhibit 65 has received permission to publish as granted.
Objection.
We'll
Relevancy.
get there, recall. We'll get there, recall. We'll see what.
This is 36 seconds. Let's play it through one time at 100% speed, please.
Actually, I want to go back just a bit. This is because I actually want to show this if I can get there here. I'm going to slow it down just a little bit. Okay.
Do you see a video on the screen in front of you?
Yes.
We're going to play a few moments from that video just to give you a chance to see if you recognize what's shown.
All right, give me a second here. It's going to catch up, and you're going to see him actually driving the car down the street. It's coming right here. I got it muted because I'm going to circle it for you. So pay attention here. It's coming up here. I do have this muted just for a second here. We're gonna get to it here. I think they're gonna pull the video up right now.
This is
all right. So up here, I'm circling this with my cursor up here. You're gonna see the video come into play up here. So all right, I just want to clear. That is the video. There's Daryl Brooks. All right, eluding officers. Okay.
Go back to the beginning and pause it at the beginning there. You see yourself at the beginning of this video?
Yes.
Can you circle yourself for us? That's a touchscreen. Just use your finger. Thank you. We can clear that. You're the only person walking a dog in this video. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Let's play, and we'll pause another point. Pause there at 4 seconds. You mentioned Prospect. Could you draw a line down Prospect for us? Okay, so that's the only cross street we can see clearly in the video. Correct?
Yes.
And do you see any vehicles on Prospect at this point?
See two.
Could you circle the one?
Clearly more than two vehicles.
On Prospect.
I'll clarify.
No, you said on Prospect. He answered. His answer may stand.
Where's Prospect? Where
He already drew a line. The witness would redraw the line for Mr. Brooks. Thank you. Go ahead.
Do either of those vehicles have, appearing to you today, to have an inoperable headlight?
Yes.
Which one? If you can circle it, please.
First leading.
It's not leading. He may answer.
Thank you. We can clear that. Then we'll resume in 4 seconds, please. Pause. Pause at 27 seconds. Do you see on the video right now the person you recall being the driver of that vehicle?
Yes.
Could you please circle that person for us? I'd like to mark and preserve this annotation as Exhibit 65A, please, and move it into evidence.
Objection. Hearsay.
The objection is overruled. Exhibit 65A is received. Go ahead.
Yes, the clothing worn by the person you just circled, does that match your memory of what the
All right, so up here, this is Daryl Brooks fleeing the scene after now he wrecked his vehicle for the 77th time. All right, so this is Daryl Brooks in this gray hoodie. All right, fleeing the scene up here at the top. Right, that's what they're talking about.
driver was wearing that day? Yes. Okay, and let's play from this point, 27 seconds. And we'll stop there. From the 27-second point to the end of the video, the person who you circled, does that match your memory of what the driver did that day after he got out of the SUV?
Yes.
What did you do next?
I attempted to call 911 to report a crash.
Nobody take the video down, please. Did you get through on the first call?
No.
What about the second?
No.
Third?
No.
Did you eventually get through?
Fourth.
Objection. Hearsay.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the answer. The objection is overruled. Could you please restate your answer, sir?
I believe I got through on the fourth attempt.
And that's when you reported what you saw?
Yes.
Thank you.
Any questions on cross-exam for this witness?
I do. Can we pull that exhibit back up again?
Want to focus on one thing, okay? This jerkhole cop, all right, who's off duty, doesn't bother himself to render aid if he hears a crash. What the living hell is wrong with this guy? He doesn't run into the line of fire to deal with Daryl Brooks. Oh, trash officer. Terrible. This is according to Daryl Brooks, by the way. All right. This is what he's going to bring up. This is his defense that apparently this officer's a terrible officer because he didn't investigate off duty. Instead, he called the cops. Uh-huh.
Oh, I get it. So it's all his fault, basically.
Yeah, it's all his fault. It's all.
Oh, okay.
It's going to be amazing.
Makes
Driver
sense.
shown. Go ahead.
And publish.
Granted. Permission granted to publish. It's been received. Let me know, jurors, when 65 is in the jury box. It's up. Okay.
Okay, why does this pause right now? It's not playing. It's at 0. Would it be fair to say that to the, I guess that would be my right of the screen, you can see a white looking SUV by the walkway where people would be able to cross the street? Would that be fair to say?
Yes.
And would it be fair to say that the side street that you lined as being Prospect, I think you said it was, where the 2 do not enter signs are, that would be the side street you're referring to? Would that be fair to say?
Yes.
Would it be fair to say that from the position that you're in, approximately here, and the side street being here?
And just so the record is clear, Mr. Brooks has annotated the touchscreen with a line depicting the direction of Prospect, intersecting with the street, the perpendicular street. I apologize, I don't remember the name, and then an X where
Prospect, you said?
Prospect is the.
Yes, he was. He was with his daughter. He took his daughter to safety first. Heaven forbid. This terrible, terrible officer walking his dog with his daughter. What a jerk this guy is. He
I don't know what his problem is.
To provide medical relief to Daryl Brooks because he had a dented shoulder.
So you were able to see the vehicle behind houses?
Between houses.
You said behind. You said behind.
Right, through the yards behind the houses.
And you were able to see that from where you were?
Yes.
Can we take those marked lines and set down? Can you play it a little bit? I'll tell you when to pause.
You just confirm you want full speed?
Yeah, well, I guess that would be registered. Whatever's the registered.
Yes, please.
I'm sorry about that.
Go ahead.
Would it be fair to say from?
Do you want to pause?
Oh, no, not yet. Just you can let it play. I'll say. I think it's 36 seconds. So, would it be fair to say from?
Well, hold on. The video's showing, so wait till it's done playing and then ask the question. Or have us pause where you want to pause.
Pause. So it's paused at 18 seconds for the record. Would it be fair to say that in the 18 seconds shown to this point, you're pretty much just walking the dog, moving around, just walking normal? You don't make any sudden moves to the left to look, or you don't stop in your tracks or anything. You're just walking along. Would that be fair to say?
Yes.
And you also made reference to hearing a crash. What point did you hear the crash?
Sometime while the vehicle was driving behind the houses.
Why didn't you immediately stop in your tracks and say you just heard something? Why did you just keep moving as if you heard anything? Nothing.
I just turned my head to see if I could see anything, and I didn't see anything.
And so you just kept moving.
Correct.
So basically, it was just like, oh, walking the dog.
Yes.
Can you play? Pause it. Would it be
This is important, guys. This officer who's off duty just walked by and said, "Do, do, do," and kept
I'm
walking.
sure he said exactly that. Do.
Yeah, Daryl, you know, he was like making it very clear. He's like, listen, he said, "Do, do, do," and just kept walking. It's going well. That's probably what happened, or maybe he's with his dog and his daughter, and you know he's just gonna call 911. He's not on duty, dummy. But you know, he said do do do. All right, Daryl heard it. I heard it. That's what he said. That's what he said.
fair to say that another roughly 8 seconds to play, from 18 seconds to 26 seconds? Still, you didn't stop in your tracks. Still, you didn't turn to look at the other side of the street in any manner. You're continuing doing what you're doing. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Why so nonchalant?
Nonchalant.
When the vehicle emerged from the back of the house, I saw that it was damaged, and then in my mind, I knew what I heard.
With all respect, that wasn't the question. Why so nonchalant at that point?
I didn't think it was anything of great emergency at that point. I just figured that an intoxicated driver may have just struck another vehicle in the back of that alley, and now he was going to take off and run.
And being in law enforcement, why would you not investigate that if you heard something crash? Why, being an officer of the law, why would you not investigate that if you heard that?
I was with my daughter, and I would in no way put her in harm's way.
Well, I would think it would be fair to say that you can handle yourself. You're obviously an officer of the law. You're trained to be able to handle yourself. Would it be fair to say that you could have at least investigated the sound that you heard, the sound like a crash, at least?
Objection.
Grounds.
Sustained. It's also a compound question. Please rephrase.
So all these thoughts, maybe it was just a drunk driver and they're gonna run anyway, and all these thoughts, and that never piqued your interest to investigate?
Sometimes being a good witness is the best thing to do. That's why I called 911 to report it immediately.
Now that's fair, but being an officer of the law, you're right there.
Again,
objection. Not a question. Also asked and answered. Also argumentative.
Sustained. That's the form of the question. You don't need to answer, sir. Next question, please.
What if someone may have been hurt at that point? You don't think you would have an obligation to investigate if someone may have been injured at that point?
That's why I called 911.
Can you play the rest of the video?
You sure can. Go ahead.
He thinks he's doing something right now.
It did a weird little like motion thing. That's probably from the camera. I would guess. But in that entire video, is it fair to say that you did not reach for a phone and take out a phone from your pockets or anything anyway?
I can't tell if I did from the video itself. I know.
So when did you make the call?
At some point after you started running.
Who's you?
The defendant, the driver of the vehicle.
Who is you?
So how long after?
I want to remind you, this terrible, terrible off-duty officer who was not armed at the time didn't bother himself to take his daughter and dog to run after Daryl Brooks or at least offer aid. What if Daryl had a dented shoulder? I mean, my God, this terrible officer, a horrible, horrible person. Or, well,
He should have been fired.
You're doing good, Daryl. You're doing good. Bear in mind, this is in front of the jury.
Right. That's what I mean. He thinks he's doing something, like a good job right now. And you're only making yourself look like more of a douche.
I loved it. He said sometimes being, sometimes being a good investigator is being a good witness. And I was.
That was a great answer.
It
hey,
was.
Sister Sal.
I loved it. Hi, Sister Sal. I'm sure you don't mind. Daryl's a legal genius. You know, I'll be honest with you, Rusty Witch. Don't forget when I was in court against Lips, Daryl was my co-counsel along with Sarah.
Lord.
He provided in that. You remember that one motion I wrote? He provided that one word. Browns. I just used him for one word. That's it.
One word.
And we still defeated Lips and Doritos with Sarah Boone and Daryl Brooks. Dummies.
When you saw the driver of the vehicle, did you make the 911 call?
Within seconds, I believe.
Is it fair to say that we don't see that on the video?
The video is very small at that point. It's hard to.
Is it fair to say we don't see you do that on the video?
Yes.
Can we put the video back up?
Hi, Valor. I've seen you.
Can you take it to 27 seconds and pause
Hey,
at
Valor.
27? Maybe 28. I may be mistaken. Maybe just go one more second. Maybe to 28. Or you know what? No, keep it paused right there.
All right, right there. That's a good spot.
Would it be fair to say that you noticed the vehicle in this area right there?
Yes.
Can you remove the X?
Thank you. Jay sounds so confident in his lies. Wait. I'm telling the lies. Who's telling the lies there, Maria B? I'm not telling any lie. Well, maybe I did. Thank you, Maria P. Was that pretty good? I've been practicing.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Pretty good. Pretty good. But no, Daryl's doing a really good job here. I really like how things are headed. I would say probably innocent at this point.
Oh, yeah, totally.
What do you see right there?
I don't understand.
Do you see anything right there?
Thank you, Maria P.
An individual, anything? Do you see anything right there?
It's
Inside
hard
the
to tell
circle?
from that picture what I can see.
Can you move it? Can we blow it up a little bit or move it closer?
Don't be blowing stuff up, Daryl. You're in enough trouble as it is. And Feller, I hope you're still recovering. You do well. But yes, let's not blow stuff up, okay? You've already done enough damage.
Just a smidge.
Just a smidge. Can we blow it up a smidge?
That's the extent of our zooming capabilities with this.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
That's fine.
Can you see anything there?
It looks like something white. I don't know if that's the driver.
Looks like something white.
Yes, it's light colored.
White color what?
It's light colored.
Light color, but you did say white. Is that fair to say that you just said white?
I just did say white.
Can you erase the circle? Zoom back out. Take it's like a box there in the corner that's kind of throwing the whole exhibit off. Take it back to the regular.
Great. He's a dummy. Bad officer.
You testified earlier that you saw the driver with gray hoodie, as you referred to it. Do you recall saying that?
Yes.
Would I just circle right there? Would you, from your recollection, say that that was the driver you saw?
I don't know what that is at this point.
You
It's
don't
just
know?
a paused video. It could be a glare. It could be a person. I don't know. You could play it again.
Well, let's play it again.
Do it again. What's that?
Stop right there.
Okay.
Yeah, from the 27 mark. I think it just played maybe, what, half a second or something like that? Did you see that whatever you said you didn't know what it was, could have been a person, could have been something else? Did you see it move from the position that it was before?
Yes.
And you also identified that was white, right? That's what you said, correct?
I did say that.
And would it be fair to say that you saw the driver in gray? Would that be fair to say?
Yes.
Take the circle off.
He's innocent. Let him
You
go.
also stated that you were about 50 feet from the well, you added the vehicle in until you said maybe 50 feet, and then depending on the length of the vehicle. Would that be fair to say?
Yes.
And from where you are here to here, because it would be fair to say we can't see a vehicle in the picture at that point. Would that be fair to say we can't see a vehicle that would be facing you? Because you said it was facing you. We can't see a vehicle. Would that be fair to say?
From this angle of vehicles obstructed, yes.
So that would be approximately 50 feet from X to X.
Approximately.
And you were able to see the driver and a description from where you're standing now to where the other X is.
Yes.
And you were able to make out the race of the driver from where you were at.
I guessed.
You guessed. So you're not for certain.
I wasn't for certain at that time.
I think he's innocent.
Uh-huh.
So what conclusion were you coming to at that point? Just an educated guess, or
Can you explain further?
how would it be fair to say that your guess could have been inaccurate?
Could have been.
And you also stated that you saw news reports and a description of the driver on the news. Would that be fair to say?
Yes.
And you made reference to the driver's hair. Would that be fair to say?
In my testimony, yes.
You brought up the hair is what I'm saying. You said long hair. That be fair to say?
Yes.
And you will be able to see hair if you describe the driver wearing a hoodie?
Yes.
You'll be able to see hair and tell the length of the hair.
If it's hanging out of the hoodie, yes.
Well, you didn't say, all fairness, you didn't say it was hanging out of the hoodie. You just referred to the hair.
Yes.
Is it?
Hold on, there's been an objection. I believe the witness understood the question, so I'll overrule the objection. His answer may stand. Next question.
Is it any possible way you could have gotten a description from the news reports instead of what you actually recall?
No.
And how did you determine that?
In the report I gave, in my statement, I described what I saw that day, not what I saw in the news.
And you also described two different colors of dress. Once you said gray and one you said white. Would that be fair to say?
I said that the item in the video appeared to be white.
Did you not say that the item moved? As you say item, did you not say the item moved from where it was at?
Yes.
Would it be fair to say that there can be no movement to an item if it wasn't a person?
Yes.
A person that you described wearing white?
On the video screen, it appeared white. It appeared light colored or white.
Would it be fair to say that you said white? That was your first?
Yes.
At any time.
What is the living point he's trying to make? He's saying, all right, let me clear this up. He's saying, so you saw a white object running, but then you described it as gray. But clearly an object can't just run. It has to either be a person. So you didn't describe it as a person. You said white. And clearly, you said white here today, but back then you said gray. So I'm struggling, Ketchup. I'm struggling on the defense here, but Gracious says win. Got a big win here.
In that video, could you see here?
In the video?
In the video.
You can't see very much in the video. No.
After making the 911 call, did you return back to the scene where you noticed the vehicle?
Yes.
And did you investigate at that point?
Yes.
So what changed from the point that you heard the crash, as you say, and then returning back to where you saw the vehicle? What changed between those times?
As I was talking to the 911 dispatcher, I wanted to give them better details about the vehicle, so I walked back over to.
So at the time that you initially made the 911 call, there were still details about what you saw that you were unsure of. Would that be fair to say?
I believe they asked me what the license plate was, and I couldn't see it from where I was at, so I walked back over to give that to them.
So you couldn't see the license plate of the vehicle.
Who's looking for the license plate?
There was no license plate on the front of the vehicle, so I could not see it.
Yeah, no license plate. So yeah, that's clearly going to be a problem. Probably innocent.
Totally.
So you came back to investigate if there was a license plate that you can identify?
Yes.
There was no.
Did you investigate what you may have heard the vehicle strike?
No.
Any reason why not?
By that time, a large crowd had gathered, and there were sirens. I could hear them in the distance, and the police were responding rather quickly.
So you didn't take the opportunity to see if anyone from saying that you heard a loud crash, you didn't take the opportunity to investigate if anyone may have been hurt from that loud crash?
I didn't know.
Any reason why not?
No reason.
We should talk about the state of Wisconsin.
We should.
Any other details about the driver that you can recall as far as further clothing?
No, I thought at some point I saw Packers logo on his clothing or something to that effect.
Did you put that in your report?
Yes.
At any time, have you read or saw a complaint in this matter?
No, just my report.
Any other officers that came to the scene? Because you made reference to officers was responding by the time you came back to give more details to the dispatcher, more officers were arriving. Do you recall if any one of those officers investigated the loud crash you heard?
I'm unaware.
But it would be fair to say they gave reports from what they observed when coming to the scene. Would that be fair to say?
Yes.
Do you recall any of them asking you of a description of what you saw?
I didn't speak to any officers on scene that day.
Any reason why not? seeing
left.
as how that you made the initial 911 call, I'm sure the officer were probably responding by that time anyway, but seeing as how you made the 911 call, you didn't collaborate with the other officers to try to,
Don't forget, folks, it is one of Megan Fox's chickens' birthdays today. We are doing our best just to raise money for one of Megan Fox's chickens' birthdays today. The chicken's name is Helen. Just FYI.
like piece together what you may have sold.
I'll object to the characterization that was the first 911 call.
I didn't say first. I said you made the initial 911 call.
Initial means first, so sustained is the form of the question.
Initial means first.
Besides, well, let me back up. After seeing the description on the news, did you say to yourself, that's the driver that I saw?
I recognized the driver as the person I saw on TV or social media.
Social media or the news?
I don't recall, probably both.
Both. Did you report that?
When I gave my statement, that's what I told him. Yes.
And did you report that description before or after you saw it on the news or social media or both?
I gave a statement the very next morning. I worked at 6 a.m. I reported it to my supervisor, who contacted Waukesha investigators and had one of our detectives take a statement from me that morning. The statement that I gave them was from my experience at the scene, not from what I saw on TV or social media.
So it would be fair to say by that next morning, you had already seen reports on the news or social media?
Yeah,
or
yes,
both?
yes.
And your report?
A different psycho. What's love? And also MQ. Thank you so much. Because we have to make sure we take care of Megan's chickens. This is very important, folks. Very important. It's Megan Chicken's birthday. Thank you. I know Helen's really going to appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Well, originally I had no idea what had happened at the parade. I thought it was just I witnessed a hit and run crash. I had no clue what had happened at the parade.
So you just said now you witnessed a hit and run crash, but you also said that you didn't investigate the crash that you heard.
Correct.
So how would you characterize it as a hit and run crash if you never investigate what you heard?
Because I heard a crash and then the driver ran.
Well, you also stated, to be fair, that you didn't investigate the crash. So how was it any way to know what you were witnessing if you didn't investigate?
I heard a crash and I saw the driver run.
Oh my
So
God.
I assumed that was a hit and run crash.
So it was an assumption, you didn't know?
Yes. I heard a crash. I didn't see the crash.
Correct. So
they always show up.
Would it be fair to say that from the assumption that there was a hit and run crash, as you say, the only way to know for sure where the crash came from would be to investigate it. Would that be fair to say?
Yes.
And you stated for the record that you did not do that, correct?
Yes.
So why would you report it as a hit and run crash if you were not sure what it was?
Well, based on my training experience as a crash investigator, that's what I thought it was.
Yeah, but with some KFC by Megan's chicken.
Did you talk to any of the people that lived in those houses to see if they had heard the same thing you heard?
I spoke to maybe a resident of the apartment or the house right there who just said that the vehicle didn't belong there.
Did they report to you that they heard any crash?
No, not that I recall.
Did they report to you that they saw a driver?
No.
So as far as you can recall, you were the only one that heard the crash?
As far as I know, yes.
There's a reason why no one else would hear the crash. I don't know.
No further questions.
Any redirect?
Yes, please, thank you. You testified that you didn't investigate the sound of this crash, correct?
Yes.
Were you off duty that day?
Yes.
When you're off duty, do you carry a police radio with you?
Objection, that is irrelevant. It's an officer of the law.
Overruled. He may answer.
No.
So if you did get into a pickle, you wouldn't be able to call for backup, would you?
Objection, that's speculative, still has a cell phone.
It's not speculative. He may answer the question.
Correct.
Your daughter, the one that we saw in Exhibit 65, I believe. 65. Is she a sworn law enforcement officer?
Objection, irrelevant.
Overruled. He may answer.
No.
At the time you heard the crash but didn't investigate it, did you know that the vehicle that you saw had been involved in hitting dozens of people on Main Street minutes earlier?
Objection, asked during cross answer.
Overruled. He may answer.
I had no idea.
When the driver got out, and just to clarify again, who was the driver?
The defendant.
Daryl Brooks?
Daryl Brooks.
Objection, I don't consent to being called that name. And
Mr. Brooks, I'm sorry.
I don't consent to being called that name.
So noted. Next question, please.
Did you see anybody else get out of the vehicle?
No.
When you went back to check the vehicle, was there anybody inside?
No.
On this issue of the white clothing, can we please show for everybody exhibit number 120, which has previously been published?
Go ahead.
The chow's pretty good. Probably don't want to mess with it.
You see exhibit number 120 on the screen in front of you?
Yes.
You see the person who appears to be behind the driver's wheel of the red SUV in that picture?
Objection, what is the relevancy?
Overruled. He may answer.
Yes.
How would you describe the color of the shirt that that person's wearing?
Light gray or white?
That's all I have for this witness.
All right. Thank you. You may step down. He may. All right. I am going to excuse the jurors and actually take a recess. It's a little bit later, but we'll take our late morning break at this point, about 15 minutes or so. All rise for the jury, please.
I'll be honest with you. I think Daryl won that round.
Sure.
Good. I mean, white, gray, stuff.
Thingy.
All right, we got a break here. All right, we're gonna. Here's Officer Redbeard. This is what you've been waiting for, Officer Redbeard. I'm doing Redbeard, and then I'm leaving you on your own for the day. All right, Redbeard is what you've all been waiting for. This officer, roll.
Thank you, everyone. Please be seated. And the statement calls next witness.
State calls Officer Bryce Skolton.
All right, Officer Skolton, if you would please make your way to the witness stand. When you get there, please remain standing. Raise your right hand. My clerk, Teresa, who's on my left, will swear you in.
This is Officer Schofield?
I think that's what she said.
Thank you, sir. Please have a seat.
Well, fine.
The first thing I will ask you to do is to state your first and last names for the record and spell each.
Bryce Skolton, spelled B-R-Y-C-E. Skolton is S-C-H-O-L-T-E-N.
Thank you. Go ahead, your witness.
Thank you. What work are you in?
I'm a police officer for the city of Waukesha.
How long have you been a Waukesha police officer?
7.5 years.
What's your current assignment?
Currently, I'm a specialist assigned to the Criminal Investigations Division.
What about back in November of 2021? What was your assignment back then?
I was a police officer.
Were you working as a police officer on November 21st of 2021?
Yes, I was.
Were you assigned to work at the Waukesha Christmas Parade?
Yes, I was.
Do you recall where you were posted during the parade?
My assignment was traffic control at the intersection of Northwest Avenue and Wisconsin Avenue.
Will you please put up for the jury exhibit number 1, which has previously been published?
Go ahead.
Yep, that was the corner of my block where he's posted.
Yep.
Did you circle for us the intersection where you were posted?
Yes.
On this map? Actually, it's a touch. Use your finger.
Just use your finger.
I may want to take that away.
Thank you. Okay, so you've circled the intersection of West Main Street and Wisconsin Avenue, correct?
Correct.
What does the purple line on that map depict?
The purple line is the parade route for the Christmas parade.
But then what happens to the purple line at Main and Wisconsin?
That is where the line stops. That is, I believe, where the vehicle left the parade route.
The vehicles and the groups and the participants of the parade who were marching on the parade route, where did they go once they got to the intersection of Main and Wisconsin?
They continued down the parade route, which was eastbound on Wisconsin Avenue. And then after reaching Maple Avenue, then they were to go southbound.
And the library is near that intersection, is that right?
Correct.
traffic coming eastbound on Wisconsin Avenue from the west, were they able to get through the intersection where you were posted?
No, I had traffic blocked off where I circled there. You can barely see anymore, but the red line, that is how I had barricades across that intersection. So all eastbound traffic on Wisconsin was forced to go southbound on Northwest Avenue.
Okay, what about traffic approaching from the south on, is it West Avenue?
That's the
Yeah, so northbound traffic on Northwest Avenue could only go westbound on Wisconsin Avenue.
This here is the red line he's talking about. That's where he had it blocked off, forcing people this way. Jared Brooks is going to go this way. He's going to run through this barricade, or yeah, I think this way. He's going to run through this barricade. Just want to take that out. They will go back to the show.
Do you recall what you were wearing that day? Objection, President.
Yes, I was wearing my standard police uniform with external carrier and a police jacket, and on my outermost layer was a neon traffic vest.
We can take this exhibit down, please.
What was that number again?
1.
Thank you.
Were you the only police officer stationed at that intersection?
Yes, I was.
Do you know approximately how far away the next closest officer would have been?
I believe the next closest officer was approximately 2 blocks away.
Did you have a police radio with you while you were standing in the intersection?
Yes, I did.
At some point, did you hear something on the radio that concerned you?
Yes.
Describe that for us.
I heard, so the parade was on channel 3, so that's what I was assigned to. These radios also have the ability to scan other channels, so I was scanning channel 1, which is what the road squads were working on. At that time, I heard a call for service on channel 1 for the road squads to be dispatched to, and it was some sort of domestic disturbance or fight in Frame Park, which was east of my location. I heard squads responding to that from the south portion of the city, and Northwest Avenue or West Avenue is one of the main thoroughfares in our city to get from the southern portion to the northern portion, or at least to the downtown area. And I could hear squads coming from that area, so I blocked traffic to allow the squads to get through, and then I just continued on with my parade duties.
What happened next?
After that, approximately a minute or so later, I believe I started hearing radio traffic on both channel 3 and channel 1. I believe either a reserve officer or a community service officer on channel 3 requested an ambulance somewhere on the eastern portion of the parade route. I remember it was sort of towards the beginning of the parade. They were asking for an ambulance because someone had been hit.
Then what happened?
I believed that it was something stemming from the domestic or the fight, because during that fight, someone had fled on scene and someone had been flagged down who had reported this incident. So I believed that the hit was something to do with the physical altercation that had happened. Moments later, this was all sort of spun out of control very quickly. Radio traffic became more and more difficult as channel 1 and channel 3. So as officers on the road and officers and community service officers and reserve officers were working the parade, everyone was starting to get on the radio, and more people started calling for ambulances. And then I could tell as people were calling for them, it was moving westbound on the parade route.
What did you do as a result of hearing that information on the radio?
It was tough to piece all together. I didn't know exactly what was going on. I knew something was happening, but I didn't know exactly what. I have a collar mic, so my microphone was approximately right about here on my chest. I don't have an earpiece. That's just what I use. So between trying to listen to the radio microphone and the parade, it was sort of hard to piece together. But after a few minutes, I realized something was happening. I began walking away from my post, and I walked past my barricade sort of into the parade route. And as I did that, I was looking more like northeast. I couldn't see that much of the parade because where West Main Street ends right there, it's got a hard turn to go southbound to Wisconsin. So I could only see approximately, I don't even know, maybe 100 yards or less of the parade route. And at that point, that is when I started hearing more screams. And this time it wasn't just screams on my radio. It was screams like in my vicinity that I could hear. And at that moment, I saw a red blur come past the Wisconsin House westbound and make a very hard braking maneuver to navigate the left-hand turn on West Main Street to go southbound.
Right, let's get exhibit 1 back up.
As you're putting exhibit 1 back up, I just want to make a record of the hand
Wisconsin
gesture
House
he made
was that
previously
brown
when
building
testifying
I
about,
pointed out.
I believe it was
the
his radio
picture.
microphone. He used his right hand, I would say about heart height, to indicate his, I believe he called it.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I said the Wisconsin House that he mentioned was that brown building that I was pointing out when I said it's before the brown building.
Yeah.
In the video, that's the Wisconsin House that he just was talking about.
And yeah, so he goes right by that and blows through the stop barricades.
You mentioned the Wisconsin House. Can you describe for us where that is?
The Wisconsin House is actually this building right here that is tan. It's the farthest building right before, I guess, on the left portion.
You just put a little dot there.
That should be the Wisconsin House.
Okay, so right as the Main Street curves to the left there.
Correct. It is I believe it's the last building sort of on West Main Street right before the left turn.
So if you were standing in the intersection of Wisconsin and Main, the Wisconsin House is the building that would obstruct your view further east up Main Street?
Correct. There's a parking lot to the left as you look at the screen, and the vehicle's parked there. So I can't even see pretty much anything in front of the Wisconsin House on Main Street from my location.
You can take that back down, please. What happened as the red blur rounded the corner?
I realized what was happening at that point. I recognized it was a red SUV, and there was extreme vehicle damage to it on the front. The hood was smashed up towards the windshield, the front portion of the front bumpers, the fenders, everything was, it was extreme vehicle damage, like vehicle damage that you'd see at a traffic crash between two vehicles. At that point, between all the screaming, I heard everyone calling for ambulances and help, and then realizing people hit, I knew it was now people hit.
Remember, at this point, he had not hit a vehicle. We're only talking about bodies and boats at this point. And I know that sounds crass and gross to say, but I have to point this out. He had not hit a vehicle. All right. There was no vehicle damage outside of people. Okay. I just have to point that out. It's my job, as I assure.
Thanks, Jay.
Sorry. I know it hurts. I have to point that out because I don't want people to think he hit another parade float. No, he avoided all of those. He avoided every parade float in the parade. So, yes, that's why I have to point that out, because I don't want people to think that there was like other damage when you see the vehicle drive by. At some point, I think we will see it.
By a vehicle, and I knew that those initial requests were so far eastbound on the parade, and now I'm at towards the end of the parade, or at least the end of the portion of Main Street. I knew that this vehicle had likely, and based on the speed of the vehicle, that the vehicle had ran through the entire parade route and likely severely injured people or killed people. And at that point, I thought it was a terror attack at the parade.
What happened as the SUV continued southbound?
As the vehicle navigated its turn to go southbound, it accelerated towards me. That is when I knew I had to use deadly force to stop the threat. And as the vehicle was approaching me, I remembered making the decision that the easiest shot likely would have been through the windshield. However, I remembered the entire backdrop were just surrounded with kids and people. So I waited for the vehicle to pass me and tried to direct my rounds as most southern as I could, because there were less people in that direction.
Where were you standing in the intersection as the vehicle passed you?
At this point, I had walked northbound slightly. So I was, I believe, just out of the intersection at West and Wisconsin. So I was on, I believe my shots, I was technically on Main Street at the time when I began shooting.
Using cardinal directions, can you describe for us which side of you the SUV passed?
Objection, please. Cardinal.
Overruled. The witness may answer.
The vehicle passed to the east of me.
What direction were you facing as it first started to pass you?
I was facing north.
So that would have been on your, the vehicle would have passed you on your right.
Correct.
How close did you come to the vehicle as it passed you?
It was very close. I believe at the time, I remember stepping to my left. It was so close I felt like I could touch the side of the vehicle.
Could you see into the vehicle?
Yes, I could.
How many people could you see inside the vehicle?
I saw one person.
Where was that person in the vehicle?
That person was the driver's seat of the vehicle.
Did you get a good look at the driver?
Yes, I did.
You see the driver in the courtroom today?
Yes, I do.
Your Honor, I'd ask Mr. Brooks, please remove his mask for a moment.
Thank you for doing that, Mr. Brooks. The mask is off.
You identify the driver in the courtroom if you see him?
Yes, the driver is seated at the defense wearing a blue tie and blue shirt underneath his suit jacket.
Does the record reflect that the witness has identified the defendant?
The record will reflect the witness has identified the defendant as the driver of the vehicle he saw on November 21.
What happened after the vehicle passed you on your right?
After the vehicle passed me on my right, I began firing at the driver of the vehicle. And as that happened, he ran over the barricades and ultimately left the parade route and continued southbound on Northwest Avenue.
West Avenue is how many blocks from Maple Avenue?
One block.
Relevancy.
And to what direction is west from Maple?
West Avenue is 1 block to the west from Maple.
I'd like to show for the witness only, please, exhibit number 57. Can we clear the annotations? You see a video on the screen in front of you?
Yes, I do.
We're going to play a few moments without any audio just to see if you recognize this video, okay?
Okay.
Possibly, Jake. You might be responsible.
We played 7 seconds for you. Do you recognize this video?
Yes, I do.
What does it show?
This is the vehicle that was driven by Daryl Brooks on during the Christmas parade that drove past me and I shot at.
Objection. I don't consent to it being called.
Boy, no one cares.
Objection. He did say my name. Yes, no, but he didn't say You didn't say your name, JD. No, I know what you meant. I was just joking with you. Just joking.
Permission to publish is granted.
This is a 19-second video. I'll wait for the bailiff to signal that the jury has it.
You're going to be, I think you're going to see some.
Before we hit play, I'd like you, if you can, to point out the Wisconsin House for us.
The Wisconsin House is this brown brick building here on the right that has the Golden Moments Gentleman Beer sign right here.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. We can clear that. And we'll watch the entirety of this clip with volume, please, at regular speed.
I like his beard.
How many gunshots did you hear in that video?
3.
Is that consistent with your memory of the event?
Yes, it is.
Can we pull that back up at about the 10-second mark, please?
Daryl's not going to be happy with
You
this.
see yourself at the 10-second mark?
Yes, I do.
Can you circle yourself for us? You're the only person at this 10-second mark wearing a yellow vest.
Correct.
Okay, we can clear that, please. Can we slow this down with no audio? Slow it down to about 50%, please. And play from there. And we pause it. We've stopped at 16 seconds. Does that portion of the video accurately reflect what you did that day?
That is correct.
Okay. I'd like to show for the witness only, please, exhibit number 170.
Go ahead.
Do you recognize this photograph?
Yes, I do.
What does it show?
It shows the vehicle damage that I observed when I first saw the vehicle as it was coming towards me. This is the vehicle that was.
I think you wish you wouldn't have made contact, if you ask me, Gracia.
You can call the name again for the record during third party.
The objection, it's on the record.
Does this appear to be a screenshot from the video we just watched, exhibit 57?
It does appear so.
And again, this is then an accurate depiction of how the vehicle looked that day?
That is correct.
I move exhibit 170 into evidence and ask to publish.
Objection.
Overruled. Exhibit 170 is received. Permission to publish is granted. I would remind the jury once again that comments made by parties and lawyers are not evidence and should thus not be considered as such.
Now I'd like to show for the witness only exhibit number 169, please.
Go ahead.
That's the vehicle.
Do you recognize this photograph?
Yes, I do.
What is it?
This is that same vehicle. It appears to be just moments after that first picture we just were shown.
Does this appear to be a screenshot from the video in exhibit 57?
Yes, it does.
Is this an accurate depiction of how the vehicle and the driver looked to you that day?
Yes.
Move exhibit 169 into evidence and ask to publish.
Exhibit 169 is received. Permission to publish is granted.
Objection.
Noted. Overruled.
Well, Ketchup, I don't know what else to say. He's got 2 hands on the steering wheel. He's sitting in front of us. That is his vehicle. Never hit a float. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it wasn't, his car wasn't damaged before he started all this. Remember that.
Yep. Well, let's not forget, he did run over, Erica Patterson.
Well, yeah, but I mean, his car wasn't all smacked up like this.
No, not like this. Nope, not at all. But yeah, there's Joe Brooks looking face forward, driving through a parade, car completely beat the hell up. I don't think this is a good look, if you ask me. But I'm not the.
Now I'd like to show for the witness only, please.
Hold on. Was that in the jury box? Okay, it was that. Thank you. I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that earlier. All right, so next exhibit, you may show to the witness.
Exhibit 58, please. We're going to play a few seconds of this. Give you a chance to see if you recognize it, okay?
Okay.
I know Dragon's Grave. I know. He's enjoying himself.
We've played 7 seconds. Do you recognize this video?
Yes, I do.
What does it show?
It shows pretty much what the last video showed, just from a different point of view from that same intersection.
Is this an accurate video depicting the events as you saw them on November 21st?
Yes, it does.
Move Exhibit 58 into evidence and ask to publish with the caveat about the comments on the right side of the screen, please.
Objection.
Exhibit 58 is received. Permission to publish is granted. The jury will disregard the comments that are on the right side of the exhibit. Those are not to be considered as evidence.
This is a 15-second clip. We'll play it once at regular speed with audio, please. We see the barricades at the end of that clip. Is that right?
That is correct.
And do you recall what those are made out of?
I believe they're made out of fiberglass or plastic.
And what we saw in that video, again, that's inaccurate. Does it match up with how you recall the incident?
That is correct.
All I have, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right. Any questions for this witness, sir?
I do. You stated initially that you had heard some radio calls about a possible altercation at Frame Park.
That is correct.
Do you recall what the initial report of that was?
My recollection of that was that there was a call for service. It was either a domestic or some sort of physical altercation along the riverfront in Frame Park, and that there was a male with a armed with a knife, and that he was fleeing from the area.
So it was reported it was a possible knife involved, and there was a male running from the scene?
That's correct.
And were you ever given any further information about the male with the knife that was running from the scene?
No.
Any information that the male with a knife running from the scene was in a vehicle at any time?
No.
Do you know if any investigation was done looking into that supposed fight at the park?
Yes.
And what did you learn?
I did not learn anything of it. I just know that squads were responding there to investigate it. I was not updated on their findings or what they had investigated. I just know that they were dispatched there for that investigation.
Do you recall if there was ever a knife recovered or a suspect recovered in that supposed incident?
Do you mean like how much later do I know? Like what I know now?
At any time. Do you know if there was a suspect, I guess I would say, apprehended or anything that was found with a knife, to your knowledge?
To my knowledge, I do not know if the suspect from that incident, which was you, was located with a knife.
You, what do you mean?
You, Daryl Brooks. I know you were the suspect in that incident, and I know you were.
Once again, Officer Redbeard killing it over here. Yep, you. This guy's not afraid of Daryl Brooks. Trust me. He shot at him. He wanted him. Yeah, he wanted to end this escapade, of course.
Taken into custody approximately 30 to 40 minutes later. I do not know if you were armed when you were taken into custody.
I'll let the record reflect that. I am not identified by that name, nor do I know any individual by that name. I'm here.
He's very upset by this.
Then where did it come from, Daryl?
In this case. Next question, please.
At the time, you said, did you respond to that incident at the park?
No.
So how can you know who was involved with it if you didn't respond yourself?
Because you stated at any time this investigation took a long time to complete, and from this investigation we determined that you were the suspect in that investigation.
You determined that?
I did not. No.
Okay.
This officer's very comfortable.
So basically, you're just going off what you were told, because you just stated that you didn't make any determination, nor did you investigate. Would that be fair to say?
That's correct.
I see Mac.
Hey, C-Mac.
You also gave, and when you were asked the question of, were there any other officers along the route, or I don't know if that was referring to side exits or anything of that nature, but I recall you stating that you gave an estimate, stating that you weren't sure where other officers were stationed, but you gave an approximate estimate. Would that be fair to say?
That is correct.
And would that have been officers stationed at different cross streets?
That's correct.
You know if those cross streets were barricaded?
I know that there were barricades across numerous intersections for the parade route. That's how we shut down traffic in the downtown area for parades.
So pretty much every side street is barricaded?
I can't give you specifics on what streets were barricaded, but yes, the vast majority of streets are barricaded to stop traffic for the parade route.
Can you pull up Exhibit 1 and publish?
The state would please do that. Thank you.
Lauren Knighty, pull that up, please. Lauren Knighty does a lot of work in this one here. She does a lot of work.
Yes. Can you see? Well, I know you can. Can you see the red lines on this map that we're looking at?
Yes.
And what do those red lines constitute?
Barricades.
So would it be fair to say that there's a red line at every cross street that we can see on this map? That would be
along the parade route?
Along the parade route, starting at East Main Street, there's a red mark. Oh, I didn't mean to put that arrow.
Oh yeah, this is the guy, Kelvin. This is the guy he's gonna get mad at because of the kill shot. The kill shot. Now he's gonna point out there's barricades at all the exits, so clearly Daryl Brooks could never get out of the parade route. What could he do? What could he do? But then he's
stop.
No, you can't stop. It's parade.
Stop would have been a good idea. I'm just saying.
Do that, Ketchup. It's a parade route. All right, you got floats going, bands going. You can't just stop. You'd halt the whole parade. So no, clearly he has to just run over everybody. And then on top of that, this officer, he fires kill shots. Kill shots. We'll get there. And then we're going to end for the day after we get past the kill shots. You'll see what I'm talking about.
At West Avenue, can you see that?
Correct. Yes.
So it would be fair to say that there's pretty much barriers at every single street from White Rock and East Main to West Main and Northwest Avenue?
Yes.
Barricades at all those streets?
Yes.
Do you know if there were officers stationed at those barricades?
Yes, this map shows, it appears, where everyone was for their assignments that day.
So would it be fair to say if someone wanted to exit the parade route, they would essentially be blocked in by the officers and barricades?
It's impossible.
No.
There are barricades at these streets. We can see. Would that be fair to say?
No.
So it's not fair to say that there's barricades at these streets?
It's fair to say that there's barricades at the streets.
So essentially, if someone was leaving the parade route, can they just go right through the barricades?
Based on the previous videos that we just were showing.
Not based on the previous videos. If someone was leaving the parade route, can they just go down these streets that are barricaded?
Yes.
Can they just drive right out of there?
Yes, the video showed that.
How when it's barricaded?
As the video we were shown earlier, the vehicle went right through the barricade.
You asked the question, you have to let him answer that. He's giving you a reason. You asked him how. He's explaining it.
There's plenty of ways to get off the parade route. You can stop after being given lawful orders by officers, and they could have directed you off the parade route in a safe manner. You could have stopped the vehicle at any point, or you could have driven through plastic barricades like you did at Northwest Avenue, where I was located. So yes, you can drive through plastic barricades. Daryl Brooks, you, the person that's talking.
To you? And how did you come to the conclusion of that name, as you stated that you couldn't see past this building here, which you
yes,
said is the Wisconsin House? Would that be fair to say?
Well, that's a compound question, so you need to rephrase that, sir.
You state, clear this right here.
Please? Is that a please?
Can you clear this circle and arrow right here? That's
now Judge Dora's getting a little spicy here because she's like, is that a freaking please? You stop barking orders at the clerk here. All right, stop barking orders at Lauren Knighty. She's doing the best job she can, but stop barking orders at her, you dick. All right, but
thank you, Madam Clerk.
You stated that from where you were positioned that you couldn't see around that building. Did you say that?
Yes, I did.
So it would be fair to say you also couldn't see what was happening along the parade route on Main Street. Would that be fair to say?
That's correct.
So it would be also fair to say that everything that you knew up until that point came over the radio and you didn't have firsthand knowledge.
Glenn, no, I'm not doing a stream tonight, Glenn. There was no Fleabag show last night, all right, or the night before, and normally I do Daryl Brooks on Fridays. I'm going to do What the Hells on Friday this week, and that's why I moved Daryl Brooks to Wednesday. So I hope you understand. I hope that's okay. But yeah, there wasn't like a major ton to report other than rehashing old stuff. So no, I just thought, nah, let's move Friday to Wednesday and Wednesday to Friday. You know, yeah, that's what I think. So I hope that's okay. Forget me.
That's correct.
I'm going to try and finish up.
You also stated that after a few minutes of hearing these, I guess, radio reports, you said after a few minutes, you noticed something was going on. Do you recall from the reports how long this vehicle traveled along the parade route? An estimate of the time that it traveled down parade route?
I do not know how long the vehicle was on the parade route for. If I had to estimate, I would estimate approximately 1 to 2.5 minutes. 2 minutes, maybe.
Would you say it's fair to say that that's relatively a short amount of time?
I would agree with that.
So what do you mean by after a few minutes, you noticed something was going on?
Because after a few minutes, what I meant by that was the initial call for service at the boat launch, or for that domestic fight in Frame Park. From that time frame, from when squads were responding to there to the time that I had shots fired, that is what I mean by a few minutes. So you have to take into account the time for squads responding to that call.
I don't know police protocol, so just asking.
Yeah, that police protocol.
I'm getting to it.
Okay, right, but I have to advise the jury to disregard that comment because it's not testimony.
Just saying.
And you stated that. Well, let's go to.
Go ahead. You don't. You need that? We're gonna turn it off.
Yeah, you can take that down. Sorry about that.
All right, thank you.
I believe it's Exhibit 57.
Or one of them, you know.
Pull up Exhibit 57.
The transcript
Can
is
we
terrible.
bring it to about 16 or 17 seconds?
Pull up Jimmy 67.
Can you bring it back a little bit? One more second, if you could. Derek, can you pause it, Derek? Would it be fair to say that those are barricades that are laying in the street there?
Correct.
Any idea why they were not standing up?
Yes, I do.
What would be the reason?
It was very windy that day, so when they were standing up how they normally are, they kept on blowing across the street. So we tilted them on their side so they wouldn't get blown across the road, and they would still stay up there and block traffic.
They would be able to block traffic by laying down?
Yes, they serve the same purpose.
But they would be able to block traffic by laying down?
I guess I don't understand what your question is.
Would it be much more easier to see them if they were facing upright than laying down?
I think the height difference between them laying down and being upright is probably quite minuscule, because as you see, the legs that are now up in the air are approximately the same height as what the bar would be if they were standing up how they normally are.
And you come to that conclusion how?
Based on my training experience after deploying barricades on numerous events and working several parades in my work history.
So you would estimate that a barricade facing upright and a barricade laying down would be the same height?
Approximately.
Can you bring it back to 10?
I think he's innocent.
Mm-hmm.
From what we're looking at right now, it's a little hard to see. What? You can see the vehicle, you can see where you identified you were, but it's a little bit hard to see everything. Would that be fair to say? Because of the person with the black coat and the gray hoodie and Nike black pants is directly in the middle of the screen? That's fair to say it's a little hard to see from this.
Where it is paused now, yes.
Yes, that's what I meant. Where it's paused now.
Yes.
Me too, Gwen. I'm the same way. Always yelling at this dummy. Now, as you can see, there's the guy up there. He's circling him, and he's gonna start shooting at Daryl Brooks with the kill shot.
The trigger yet or not? I don't believe I have.
You were ready to fire at that point.
That's correct.
Do you recall what you were aiming for?
Yes, I do.
Can you stay for the record and for the jury?
You, Daryl Brooks.
Again, you make reference to the you and the name. How did you come to that? Seeing as how you just testified to that you couldn't see anything before what you called the Wisconsin house. Would that be fair to say that you testified to that?
That's correct.
And you also stated that you learned additional information later on. Would that be fair to say?
That's correct.
So how could you determine at this time right now where we're looking at that you knew the suspect's name and the driver? Because you keep referring to you and then you saying the name. How did you have that information at this point that's paused right here that we're looking at?
I didn't say at that time I knew your name.
You referred to the name. Did you not?
That's correct.
So how were you able to obtain the information about the name?
I did not know your name at the time I shot at you.
Who's the you referring to?
Daryl Brooks.
Again, you say a name that you haven't answered how you came to that information. Were you told this?
Yes.
By whom?
I do not know who told me. Ultimately, I just know that throughout the course of the investigation, you were arrested within 30 or 40 minutes, and you were identified as Daryl Brooks, who was a suspect in this incident.
So you either had to hear that name from either a report that you heard or someone told you. How did you come to the conclusion of the name?
I'm assuming someone at the police department told me your name.
And you don't recall who that was?
No.
Even though you can cite the name so clearly and identify it and keep stressing it and stressing it, you don't recall how you learned the information of the name?
That's correct.
So is it fair to say that you're just using the name based off what you're told and not what you were aware of?
What are you asking me?
Is it fair to say that you're identifying this name based off of what you told and not what you knew?
I'm saying the name based on the fact that you were arrested for this incident. You were identified during this incident. And because of that investigation, that is how we know your name.
Would it be fair to say, and obviously you said you've been in law enforcement for 7.5 years, correct?
Correct.
I'm sure you've done a lot of investigations in that 7.5 years. Is that fair to say?
Correct.
So you do understand that during a police investigation, any suspect is innocent until proven guilty. Would that be fair to say?
That's correct.
And so with that knowledge, why are you so adamant about the name of the suspect that you just testified to not being aware of at the time? That you testified to
right there,
in fact being told?
Sorry, I'm confused by your question. Can you say it again?
Me too.
I think it was clear, but I'll say it again.
Thank you.
Well, I'll say it this way. You testified to not being aware of the suspect's name at the time.
Correct.
You also testified to being told of the name, correct?
Correct. I don't know how I came about your name. I would assume it was through the investigation at the police department.
And were you, in fact, part of that investigation?
No, I was not.
So it would be fair to say that by you using a name, you would not be short. How can you be short?
You're standing
right.
It's been asked. It's been answered. It's argumentative. The objection is sustained. Please ask your next question.
You big dummy.
I love this guy.
When asked about what you were aiming at when you fired, you didn't give a definitive answer. You were aiming for the driver?
I felt like I gave a pretty definitive answer. My answer was you.
You were aiming for the driver?
Yes. It's pretty definitive.
I get a pretty definitive answer. You. I was aiming at you.
Pretty simple, dummy.
I told you. This guy's awesome.
Yeah, he is.
Who are you aiming at? You. Very you. Just wait till we get to the eel shots. Oh, I love this guy. He's so good.
Identified the person I was shooting at.
What part of the driver's body could you see when the vehicle passed you?
When the vehicle was approaching me, I could see the silhouette of his face and upper portion of his body.
Can you describe what you mean by silhouette?
The upper portion of a person's body, I would say, from maybe chest, shoulders, and head and face.
You said silhouette, though. What is a silhouette?
The outer portions of what would be like your shoulder down, your arms to your chest. The silhouette would be the outer portion of it.
That would be the upper half, not the silhouette. What do you mean by silhouette?
The objection is sustained. It's Mr. Brooks is not asking a question. It was argumentative. The jury can certainly decide what that means.
Dude, that's like totally upper half, not silhouette. That's upper halfy.
What?
Yamaha, I heard you were trying to charge me for therapy. Yamaha.
Hey, Yamaha.
if you think I'm going to raise money for your birthday, you better think twice. You better be nicer to me.
I don't think Yamaha has chickens. Do you have chickens, Yamaha?
Would it be fair to say that that would be equivalent to a profile?
What do you mean by a profile?
A profile would be sort of like a side angle view. Would it be fair to say that a silhouette would be more of an outline that would be kind of similar to a profile?
I don't know exactly what you're asking here, but I can tell you when the vehicle was driving towards me, I could see your face. And then as the vehicle drove to my right, yes, then I saw the side of your face. And so then, yes, as a vehicle passes you, you see different portions of the driver, I guess you could say.
And so you aim towards what you can see?
Correct.
So that would be the upper part, as you say, you said the shoulder, you made I think it was your left hand pointing to your right shoulder, shoulder and up silhouette, as you say?
That is what I could see when you were driving at me. You asked me what I could see of you, and that is what I could see of you in the vehicle when you were approaching me.
The question now, though, is that what you aim for?
I was aiming at you, yes.
At what you can see?
I was aiming at you in the driver's seat, yes.
Shoulder, as you pointed to, and up, correct? Would that be fair to say?
Yes.
Firing a weapon of your caliber, would any of those shots be kill shots?
Yes.
Would it be fair to say that firing a kill shot at anyone would terrify you?
A kill shot?
I'm sure being shot at is terrifying. Yes, it is.
So it'd be fair to say you were shooting to kill?
No.
Kill.
So would it be fair to say that, judging based on what you see, that you testified to, a silhouette from about here that you pointed to, from the shoulder, using your left hand, you pointed at your right shoulder from here up, and you just acknowledged that any one of those 3 shots could have been kill shots?
Kill.
Would it be fair to say that you were aiming to kill? Shooting to kill, rather, not aiming to kill, shooting to kill?
No.
So, in your estimate, what do you think you would have hit if you just testified to saying that you aimed at the driver? What were you estimating to hit?
Well, my intention was to shoot you in the upper portion of the body. However, my intention was not to kill you. My intention was to stop the threat that you were posing to everyone in the downtown area at the Christmas parade.
He's so cool because he's so hung up on these kill shots. You're looking to kill. It's like that. No, I was aiming to shoot you. Whatever happens after that, but no, I wanted to shoot you.
Idiot.
No, if you can rent some chicks from him. I don't know French. No, don't force me into this with Yamaha. Daryl should have hired me. I probably could have gotten him just 6 life sentences.
Yeah.
It would have been a better deal.
Keep referring to the you again, but that's not a question. So, by your estimation, acknowledging that those were kill shots, if you connected with any of those shots, is it possible the driver could have been killed?
Yes.
And would it be fair to say that that's deadly force?
Yes.
Yes, no bones about it.
Do you think it would have been possible to aim at the tire of the vehicle?
No.
Why not? Would shooting the tire of the vehicle not stop the vehicle?
No, it would not have.
So a blown tire would, to your estimation, a blown tire would not stop a vehicle from moving?
No, it will not.
So it'll just keep on. It won't even slow down?
That is correct. I'm trained to stop the threat. You were the threat. The vehicle was not. The vehicle was the weapon in which you used. So that is why I shot at you.
There's the you again. Pretty grim.
Yeah.
It's the you again. Very smooth.
Because he's talking about you, Daryl. You.
This is what's amazing. Oh, there's the you again. Very smooth. He answered your question, Tommy. That was one of my favorite parts of this whole thing.
I'm trained to stop the threat. You were the threat. The vehicle was not. The vehicle was the weapon in which you used. So that is why I shot at you.
There's the you again. Pretty grim. could you have, well, you testified that you're trying to stop the threat. And so would it be fair to say that that training constitutes shooting kill shots?
Well, we are trained in deadly force. And when we are presented with a deadly force incident, yes, we have to sometimes make that difficult decision and use deadly force.
Have you ever used deadly force before that incident? Grounds.
Sustained.
You said you're trained to use deadly force. So would it be fair to say that anytime you shoot your weapon, it would be deadly force?
When it is directed at a person, yes.
Were you injured in any way during the incident?
No, I was not.
And at the time, being where you were positioned at, you've already testified that you could not see what was going on during the parade route from your position. So why did you feel the need at the time, not knowing the full extent of what was happening, to use deadly force?
Because as I previously stated, based on the fact that the radio traffic for people screaming for ambulances, and as different officers were getting on the radio, and it was progressively moving further and further westbound towards me on the parade route, and then officer saying someone was hit, which I initially thought was a physical altercation, someone being hit, but it was a vehicle versus person hit. Based on that, the vehicle speed at which, yes, I could not see it down Main Street. I only had a couple seconds at most until the vehicle from where I saw it was to my location. So based on the amount of vehicle damage, I knew the vehicle had been striking pedestrians in the roadway. And because of that.
Hi, Colleen. How are you? Hi, how are you?
Hey, Colleen.
As a deadly force incident. So that is why I deployed deadly force.
So you said you knew what the vehicle had. You knew. You said it multiple times. You knew.
Yes.
How could you know if you could not see around the position that you were positioned in? How do you know that?
Because based on the speed of a vehicle on a closed roadway during a parade.
Hi, Crystal T. How are you? Thank you for stopping by. Much love. Hi, Crystal T.
Hey, Crystal T and
and
Copycat.
people running out of the way so they not get run over right in front of me. Between all of those things, I knew what had just happened, and that is why I had to take action.
And you knew based on the radio reports?
I would say everything that I had just previously described, all of that encompassing, yes, that led up to my decision making into, yes, now I knew what had happened. I did not know previous to that what was going on. I did not know there was a vehicle on the roadway until I saw it. And it all made sense when I put everything together.
When you saw it, by the time you saw it, as you said, it was a couple of seconds. So at that point, did you observe the vehicle strike anyone from the time that you saw it?
No, I did not. I was focused on the vehicle. So I just remember that there were a ton of little kids and adults on the sidewalks. I knew there were a lot of children right in the roadway right there. And I remember seeing people like running, but I wasn't really paying attention to the people. I was just focused on the vehicle. So it was really all I was focused on at that point.
You weren't paying attention to any other people?
That was not my primary focus.
But you do recall that no one was struck from the time you saw the vehicle?
Yes, after looking back, after videos later on throughout the investigation.
No, from what you saw, from which you observed with your own eyes.
No, I can't recall ever seeing someone hit right in front of me. No, I do not recall that.
Does the exhibit videos that you saw here today, does anyone get struck in those videos that you saw today?
No, not that I saw today.
And you still made the decision to shoot to kill?
That's correct.
Kill.
Actually, correction, I shot to stop the threat. If ultimately you had been killed from that, that is a possible outcome.
Oh, well.
But you did testify.
Yeah, I wanted to shoot you. But if you died, it could have been a thing.
I was okay with it.
Like, it wasn't a big deal either way, but you know, I was trying to stop you, and then if you died, well, that happens. One of my favorite witnesses. Keep in mind, as we go further in future days into this, it gets a little spicy, kids.
They were kill shots. Did you not?
Sustained. It's also been asked and answered in multiple ways.
Do you recall what your shots hit, if anything?
Yes, later on throughout the investigation when I
at the time, not later on. At the time where you fired the shots.
Mr. Brooks, you asked a question. He was attempting to answer it, so you have to let.
I'm trying to get a clarification.
But you have to let him answer the question that you asked, and if you feel the need for follow-up, then you can do that, or ask a very specific question. But I'm allowing him to answer. He was interrupted. Go ahead.
I believe it was 3 days after the incident. That is when I gave my voluntary statement to Detective Kirby and Detective Casey, and upon completion of that statement, I asked them if they could share any information with me. And during that conversation, I was shown a picture of the vehicle and where my round struck the vehicle.
You stated you asked them for any additional information that they could give you. So it would be fair to say at that time you still didn't have a lot of information. Would it be fair to say that?
That is correct. I didn't know where my rounds had struck previous to that.
Did you ask them in the statement that you just testified to, saying you asked them if they could provide you with any more information? Did you at any time specifically ask about the shots that you fired when you?
Come on, Daryl. He can't ask anything. All right, he's gonna ask. Okay,
Right.
Just ask stuff.
And when they discharge their firearm, they're not allowed to investigate their own shooting.
Yeah, their own shots. Come on, Daryl. Stop asking.
Yeah, stop
Question
acting.
if they could give you any more information.
I do not remember the specifics of what questions I asked in pertaining to what information they could share with me. I think it was sort of a generalization of what can you share with me at this point.
So would it be fair to say at that point that there's a possibility that you did not know the name of the suspect, nor did you know if you had shot the suspect at that time?
At that time, I knew I had not shot the suspect because the night of the incident, when he was taken into custody, it was relayed to me that he was uninjured and he had not been struck by any of my rounds that were fired.
You do recall just testifying to requesting more information from the detectives when you had the conversation with them. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And you said that you don't recall asking them about if your bullet struck someone. Is that correct?
That is correct. So the day I met with Detective Kirby and Detective Casey, that was, I believe, 2 or 3 days after the incident, Mr. Brooks was taken into custody the night of. So when I was still at the police department, I knew that he had not been struck. So I think we're dealing with the questions I asked of the detectives. That was not the same night of the incident.
I'm sure you asked, you didn't say it, but you said you don't recall the information that you requested. Would that be fair to say?
No, I don't recall specifically what questions I asked I don't know specifically what questions I asked of them a year ago. I know it was a generalized, what information can you share with me at this point? Because I didn't know what was going on in the investigation or what leads they had, or essentially what had happened after my involvement, I guess.
So you didn't, it would be fair to say there was a lot of information that you still wasn't unsure about at that point. Would that be fair to say?
That's correct.
So if there was information that you're acknowledging that you had no knowledge of, which would be essentially the reason why you would ask if they can volunteer more information to you, then how would there be any way of knowing if you struck the suspect?
Objection.
Grounds.
It's a compound, confusing, question, please, right? I also think it mischaracterizes the testimony.
All right, folks. Well, I think we've made it as far as just Hemp and Ketchup are gonna go today. I think bear in mind we got through the kill shots. You know, we got through the fun portions of Redbeard. It doesn't get much crazier after this. However, let me look forward here. Let me see what we got. Redbeard is on there quite a bit, just a little bit longer for cross-examination. And then we're going to get into some DNA and stuff. And then we'll get back into some fun stuff. We'll get back into some first-hand witnesses, things like that, other people that were injured. We're going to skip by some of anything that's forensic. We're going to skip by. We don't need to see it. We got the real life thing going on here. So we don't need to actually share that. We all know what happened. And that's the deal.
How close are we to the box fort?
Oh no, box fort. We gotta wait until he gets into box fort's actually the very end of the trial. All right. So we're on day 7. Day 9 is probably nearly almost as spicy as it freaking gets. Day 13 is freaking nutty as hell. Day 14, I believe, is box fort day. And then we get into closing arguments, and then we're going to get into when Daryl Brooks is going to make his closing pleading before sentencing, where he's going to talk about his buggy cereal. Right? You got to remember, Darren Brooks grew up eating buggy cereal.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's going to become a part of the show because Darren Brooks, I mean, could you imagine having to go in the government lines, get the government cheese and the milk and having buggy cereal?
And how did that make him run people over in a parade?
It's
Exactly.
Ketchup. Have you ever eaten buggy cereal?
No. Can't say that I have.
There you go. I can't answer that for you. Now, here's the plan, folks. I hope you guys aren't going to be too mad at me. Please forgive me. My plan is to do a show with Rosalind Duke tomorrow morning. My plan is to not do People Watch on Thursday night. Star, is working hard. I got to do People Watch with Ketchup on Friday night. No Star. Star is not available for the next 3 days. She's working very hard. Okay. So I'm probably not going to do People Watch one of those days. And quite frankly, to be honest with you, I'm tired. I stream 9 times a week, with Rosalind and 8 on my own, and I'm tired. So yeah, I was planning on maybe taking Thursday night off. If you can handle it, I don't want you to unsubscribe. Don't unsubscribe. I'm tired. I do 9 streams a week, one with Ross. Come on. Come on. Do I not get one night off? Please, I'm begging you, can I not get a night off? But I promise you, I'll give you a wonderful Friday morning. What the hell's show? I promise you. I promise you. Always leave them wanting more, Jay. Yes, 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 Krusty a Witch. So yes, I'm planning on taking a night off to get a little bit of rest and to gear up for Friday morning, Friday night People Watch, Saturday afternoon. And I think I'm going to try and work something out with Rosalind Duke. I think I'm going to have a Saturday afternoon with Rosalind Duke if I can work it out. Okay? I just want to put that out there. Saturday afternoon, 12:30, possibly. Don't mark me for this yet, but I think I'm going to try and work a deal out with this Rosalind Duke character. I don't know if you've heard about her. She has a show today at noon. Go check her out. A show today at noon. Go check her out and give her a lot of money. She's pretty cool too. So give her a lot of super chats, gifted memberships, hugs, kisses, whatever you want to do. Give her a foot rub. I don't know. Whatever you guys do. I don't know. I'm not a part of any of that. But go do it. Have some fun. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed the show today. And I will be back tomorrow with Rosalind Duke at 9 a.m. for some more. Oh, I think we have a good show. I think we're doing a dramatic reading tomorrow or something. So
Ooh, nice.
And I'm going to try and work out another dramatic reading on Saturday afternoon with Rosalind Duke. Tomorrow's going to be the Laura Owens deal, but I'm going to try and work out with Rosalind a Saturday afternoon dramatic reading with a little bit of some Fleabag stuff. See what happens. Thank you for being here. Be safe today. Go check out Rosalind Duke. Coop's still on, I'm assuming. Have a great day. I love you all. And thank you. And as we always say, Ketchup.
All the best.
All the best.